Oh, excuse me, Robo. Any special message for all the kids watching at home?
Stay out of trouble.
Boom, starting it up. We're popping
Put
balls.
your balls everywhere.
Balls popping.
That was a lovely picture you sent us, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forget who sent that to me, but the
An asshole is the answer.
Wasn't it graboids?
no, it wasn't craboids. Shit, what would you describe that? Do you know what that particular move is called?
Where you're jerking two things off and blowing one?
Is it manning the submarine controls?
Ooh, that is tough. How do you...
I don't know what that's called.
Hi, I'm Chris Antista.
I'm Michael Raparas.
I'm Brett Elston.
I'm Scott Butterworth.
Scott Butterworth is
From PlayStation, the official
my
magazine.
God, you get an applause.
Yay! That's never happened before.
What? No, of course it has. Because you just were just complimenting us on our last episode, and
Yeah,
many other people are.
It was excellent. It was very funny.
I don't mind saying that it was. It was depressing that it was excellent because, not because of the shit I spent a long time preparing, like Cheryl's stupid voice.
I hope you choked to death.
Yeah, like none of that did really well, but everything else, the Mortal Kombat
was
names,
really
the Judaism conversation, like everything else went really well, and it was really, really funny. I actually listened to it.
Well, your game show quiz in the beginning for 80s
I thought the game show
Thank
quiz
you,
was
Brett.
excellent.
Look at Brett trying to make me feel better.
We should continue patting ourselves.
Your
on the back.
monitor is reflecting in your glasses, and it's like really, I can't see your eyes.
Don't read. I have all this stuff. I have nothing planned. And I'll
Yeah,
tell
that's
you-
good because neither do we.
We'll give you sort of a reason why. And if this podcast is short, we have compensation. Stay tuned. We'll tell you in the next break.
Oh, yeah.
I have not listened to the show in a long time. And podcasters out there, that's very important. When your show is done and out in the universe, listen to it. Because, Brett, you were fine. Michael, Tyler, and I have lost all microphone etiquette and thought are operating under the assumption if I say it the loudest, then I'm the one talking.
Right.
And it's just
That's the way our conversations work, though.
No, I was glad I listened to it. No more interruptions. No more. Yep. I am the funniest.
Oh, did you?
I am the fun.
Louder means funnier.
Yeah. No. It's hi, Scott.
More money means I'm better than you.
No. God damn it. I had to bring that up. Was that a Prince Lamb? Prince Lamb.
No.
Oh,
What you were saying reminded me of the Mr. Show
okay.
line.
That's right. That's right.
Speaking of Randy Savage,
Yo.
she played beat Portal 2 over the weekend.
Sure. What a segue.
No, there is, but I kept, honestly, like every other level would say to myself, it's mind-boggling, yeah. Because that fucking... Mind-boggling! And just his yeah, where it's like, it's clearly the end of his breath, and he wants to still get in a yeah, where it's mind-boggling, yeah. It's just like the same syllable.
That's the only Savage sound effect I have.
I know, you need mind-boggling on
I need
cue.
to just go through all these sound effects.
You need snap into a Slim
a little
Jim.
down too because I read that stupid "what annoys you about the show" thread. Yeah, hurt feelings. I've
What?
dragged
There's a
around
whole
the
thread
office.
about... I saw one about a person.
Well, they go into everybody else.
Oh, I see.
You're brought up.
I know.
We're all brought up. Maybe we'll read it later in the show. You fucking assholes.
Good. We could do the whole Inception treatment.
Yes. Ooh. All right. I'm gonna. Okay. What do we have this
move on.
week?
This top
Very
seven.
little, but game deals and community stuff, and we have a top 7 that kicked off our week of hate.
Historically been in March, but we were too busy getting paid off by other companies, I guess.
I had a birthday.
Yeah. And so we moved Week of Hate into April, and it kicked off as we usually do with the top 7. And this year, rather than do one narrow like top 7 things we hate about this topic or this topic, it's just gaming, modern gaming in general. Like right now, what the 7 things we hate. And number 7, whenever Week of Hate, which this is, the Week of Hate for in case you weren't around for any of the other ones, which you probably were.
No.
We don't have any new listeners.
No.
That's a thing where every year we take 1 week and we just bitch about shit, and to comedic effect, but also it's
I think
just
it's
when you want to rant.
I think it's a good writing exercise.
It is.
Tyler Wilde had to write 5 things you hate about Portal, but I don't hate anything. Take the opposing side and pretend you do. You know what people are complaining about.
Like Michael did Metal Gear and Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love both of those series, and the thing is that writing those, it was kind of like, oh, this is kind of difficult. Is this really worth hating? This seems like kind of a small flaw. Then I saw Mike Grimm's thing on Minecraft today. It's like, this is how you write
That's right.
5 things to hate about this game article, because holy shit, it was blistering.
He hates Minecraft.
Oh my
the more
God.
needless, the better. I haven't read it yet.
He's very clearly like, this game is bullshit, and everyone who plays it is wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe we should read.
It's like it destroys your creativity.
Like,
oh my!
this-
Hold on. Can we get into that? In a
Calling
second?
a game is like calling MS Paint a game.
No, that was my favorite bit. He's like, it's not a game because there is no goal, and that's fine for a lot of games where it's like, it's open. It's like, no, there really is no goal. It's a Lego set, and it's like naming Microsoft Paint Art Quest and saying it's the deepest game ever made.
Damn.
So I thought that was a very funny point. Anyway, the top 7.
Top 7.
Things we hate about modern gaming. And there's a lot of shit to hate, more than there ever was, really.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the 16-bit days, it was just Sega. Or Nintendo, depending
Were there
on
maybe
which side.
2 things that changed after the top 7 was written this week that some could have been? I haven't actually read it, but I got the entries. Never mind. We'll just get to that.
Was one of them PSN?
One of them was PSN,
PlayStation's in here for sure.
but not just PSN.
Not this thing. We'll get to that. Number 7 is an oldie that is, I thought we were past this, motion controls.
Oh,
Why'd you think we were past this?
Because, one, I didn't even want to bring this up, and this was some of the entries written by me. Michael wrote one, and Dave Houghton in the UK wrote number 1 entry, which we'll get to. And also Evan Lottie from PC Gamer wrote one of these entries.
did he really?
So,
I
yeah,
didn't know
because
that.
I was like, I need a PC one. He's like, I've got something for you.
really?
Yeah. So that was very helpful.
Love Evan. He fact Portal 2 with us.
Yeah.
Last week.
Motion control. So it's kind of over to make fun of Wii and motion controls. Like, we got it out of our system. By like 2008, it was like, yeah, waggle, I got it.
But isn't that what
stupid.
hurts about it? Because it happened all over again.
It happened
and, like,
all over again. And
nobody
now,
seemed to know.
And every week, at least I do, I assume, Scott, from Move and stuff, I still get emails like once a month that are like, Connect sells the most and Move is pushed to 4 million. And I'm like, who the fuck is buying this shit? And I don't understand it because Move is literally just the Wii Remote done again. They didn't even try. And Kinect is, let's just take away the controller and now flail your entire stupid body. And
I like it.
yes, some of it is reasonably fun for a while. Like, Dance Central is, I think, the only creative game in the entire thing.
It's the only one with an actual legitimate
reason to
difficulty
exist.
progression.
Yeah, that too. It's the only one that feels like a fucking game.
Yeah.
The rest of them are like, all of this is shit we did in its first year, so all you guys did was just copy it, and you did it 4 years late.
Yep.
And what other fast-paced technological industry do copycats not show up for 4 fucking years? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing is that slow. That's how long these fucking behemoth
Well.
companies operate.
It's all about the spin, though. It's all about how it's presented.
I know, and both of them just head in the sand like, no, motion controls, everybody! And just Sony, like, going up there to sports champions. and
You are the remote, Brett.
Oh, God. And that shit just drove me. And that thing that bothers me even more is how Nintendo shoved it up our ass for so long about how this opens up the medium. Now everyone can enjoy it. No, and look what you did with it. It's mini games and good games that have tacked on motion controls and would have been better without them. Like Epic Mickey would have been better. I'll get to that in a second. But not just Wii. Kinect and Move, I think, are just as guilty. And both of them have been out for several months. And look at the lineup. Like, they had the launch and then a couple of games come out with Move support.
It seems like if we were to write a joke about the launch of the Move and Kinect, it would have mirrored the actual launch of Move and Kinect.
Yes, it's so...
Kinect Adventures? Seriously? Oh, Move Sports. Nice job. What,
Yeah.
Really thinking
just
there.
like is so unimaginative, and like that's what you did with it. You said this was going to change gaming, and it was going to level the playing field, and it's going to invite a bunch of new people in. It's
Not so
like,
much.
nope, still haven't sold as much as a PS2, which had 16 fucking complicated buttons that no one understood. And then you look at the WoW HUD, that's top to bottom fucking buttons. 12 million people don't think that shit's too complicated. All right.
Sorry,
I just get so worked up about this that I
all right.
sacrificed an
all
entire
right.
Nintendo generation.
It's all right.
A Zelda, Mario, and Metroid game on this shit.
Probably wouldn't have minded Move so much if it weren't for that stupid, like, they cop that attitude at every press conference, like, this is revolutionary.
Yes.
You've never seen anything like
Yes.
this before.
They just did not acknowledge, like, I know.
Well, and on the off chance that they did acknowledge the Wii, they would always be like, "Oh, it's so much more accurate. This is so light years ahead."
This one, what's different, Sony? Ours comes with a plastic gun.
Yeah.
Comes with it. We're not going to let the third parties
Well,
manufacture.
no, it doesn't come with. Well, they make one. They
Yes,
make one.
we
It has
make
a
one.
bullet.
Thank you. But you know what I really wanted to know is why the fuck does that plastic gun have a lock, a trigger lock?
Does it?
Yes,
it does. It really
It has a safety.
You can't accidentally shoot.
It has a safety. Why does that thing have a
In
safety?
case you don't want to shoot someone during a cutscene?
Isn't that how it's...
There's like co-designed by Zipper or
I
something.
thought
It's
House the Dead figured that out a long time ago. You just don't shoot. Hold.
Yeah. Or shoot away from the...
Now I have to flip. Oh, Jesus. Like
And
I can accidentally fire at my teammate. What are the implications with the move safety button? Gotta know.
And then the final thing for me that I just was kind of an aside in one of the captions was like, look what it did to Rare.
Oh,
the
no.
proud developer of Donkey Kong Country
stop
and
it.
Killer Instinct, Viva Pinata, GoldenEye, Banjo. Their last hope is Kinect Sports 2 because they got shoveled into...
Is that actually happening?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
They got shoveled into, like, roped in to make Kinect Sports, and it's like, do you think that's where their talents are best spent?
Well, do you really think that motion controls are entirely responsible for the demise of Rare's?
No, not Rare. But like to me, this is just insult to injury. That's probably going to be the last two things Rare gets to do,
which is very sad.
is for a legacy that company has. Is like you guys had Battletoads and Wizards and Warriors, Cobra Triangle.
Hated them all.
You had nothing but good shit, and then the last 10 years just fucking farted it away.
Yeah.
I've never understood why the fuck Microsoft bought Rare in the first place.
Don't even.
Well, they bought them at the end of the era Rare reigned on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But it's like they had, Conquer, which was awesome at the time, but now it's like it doesn't hold up in any way.
It was already kind of dated then, even.
Yeah.
'Cause it's been out in 64 for 2
Like,
years.
the gameplay doesn't hold up. The humor doesn't hold up. Now, then it seemed really revolutionary. Like, I can't believe Nintendo's doing this, and now it's just like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Somebody inside in the UK was telling me about Microsoft's attitudes toward Rare, and they're just sort of like they've been relegated. He made it sound like they were the experimental group. If Microsoft is thinking of doing something not traditional game related, it falls on Rare.
Interesting.
And they handle the avatar shit. So like every time you get a lightsaber or a hat, like that's Rare too.
And that, I know Killer Instinct is like doesn't really need to come back, but if it were going to, now is the time to try.
Yeah.
And Ken Lobb has even said, "I would love to, but we can't announce anything or say anything or do anything. Like
No, I
we
think
can't do that."
that's not what they do anymore.
It'll be a Kinect-driven game where your avatar boxes with full gore.
Not TJ Combo, but
I don't have any sound effects prepared this week because I know people hate my sound effects. Thanks to the forums, Tyler Wilde is way better with them.
one person said that.
Hey, that's the last Airbender. Wasn't there?
That's not that. I just found these Wii and Kinect. That's what they're labeled.
We want you to enjoy your holiday like you never enjoyed before.
Oh, that's the Wii accident.
And everything that you do now with your remote, moving your remote around, will be picked up by that sensor and it'll replicate it on the screen.
Like fucking magic.
So you can see right here, I'm getting ready to serve. All I do is throw that ball up in the air, and we're like, oh, jeez. And there goes the tennis racket.
All right.
Yes, because I'm a fucking moron that doesn't know how to hold on to things.
Yeah, I didn't need to swing. Virtua Tennis for life.
Number 6, Nintendo's stance on tech, which is...
That's the update I was thinking.
It was kind of coming. I didn't know how to bring this up because it's a multi-tiered. Like I just have a general problem that a lot of people do. And one again, cheap target. Wii and the fucking standard Dev 480p. It was like really in 2006 and in 2011. How many headaches do we run into on a daily basis trying to record anything involving a Wii?
It sucks.
Our fucking capture stations. All this shit is rigged to start at 720p.
There's no default settings, so all of those games in the Virtual Console run in multiple settings.
Run in multiple
and
variations.
Maybe it's just our Mac and our capture station. It could be, but like we fire up a TurboGrafx 16 game, like we can't see anything anymore. It's over.
All those, and the Virtual Console in general is just busted and too expensive, and their online shop is just like, why the fuck would you ever design it like this? Trying to buy shit on that thing where you're every time.
It takes so long.
Every time. No, type out with the remote, San Francisco, California, 16-digit credit card number.
Yeah.
Fucking God.
And after 5 years, it still says county.
Yes,
Instead of country. Yes. They never fucking fix that.
I still put in my county.
I do every time. Static pricing, no updates.
No updates, no like, hey, there's a sale, or hey, we're going to promote shit that's on our virtual console, or here's what's coming out next week. We're going to theme it and have deals and game. And Nintendo has acknowledged all of this, and they're like, our next system, we'll think about how we made mistakes.
Yes.
They put 2 USB ports on the back of the fucking thing, what we assumed would be used for storage or peripherals. No. There will be an update for a year or 2 after that will let you save shit to the SD card, and then you can't play things off the SD card. That'll be another update another fucking year later. The standard def thing is just the two things, the motion controls, which was built on last gen tech, and then on top of that, the actual hardware is barely above a GameCube level, just led to a system that's like a graveyard of fucking games. And it's like, yes, I know Nintendo sold the shitload, but they always do. Nintendo itself doesn't have a problem selling its games. Third parties just can't seem to fucking get their foot in. And with Wii, it worked in the sense that if you made a $20 Carnival games, you did really well. Everyone else who tried to do No More Heroes or Mad World or Muramasa or Deadly Creatures or any of that shit that's actually pretty fun and unique to the system, it's like, none of that stuff does very well, unless you're Just Dance.
Did the price just drop
On the Wii?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like
That's $199.
$169. Well, there's a couple people giving it away. $169.
I like how this top 7 very quickly turned into like how the Wii just ruined everything.
No. It's just
Top 7 reasons the Wii.
Well, the first two reasons are basically that.
But they're separate to me because motion controls, I was ready to let that go, but then Sony and Microsoft, I blame them for bothering. Yeah. And Nintendo, like Iwata and fucking Reggie, they'd have to be sitting there like, really, you guys just now?
And
we're not going to do this for our next system.
Now all those are like sort of first-party efforts that were poured into something that I won't play.
Yeah,
and so I resent that a lot. And the people who will play them are starting not to care.
The hump is over, where they're like,
So everything feels wasted. It all feels useless. We told you. I don't want to say we told you so, but
we did.
We did, but like everybody told. I don't know. I just thought the only place shit takes longer to come into effect is future
But like example,
US.
like
we're all fired.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
No.
Like Epic Mickey is another.
You guys
example.
have a website to create.
It's another thing. Like Epic Mickey. I wish that was on any other platform. Like it would be prettier and it would control better immediately. But for some reason,
Even the Banjo-Kazooie on Xbox 360, as ugly as it is, like somehow in just at least a crisp texture.
No, just HD. Like it looked great. Like
it's
a lot of those
acceptable.
A lot of those N64 games, like Ocarina and Banjo-Kazooie, they're ugly as shit right now. They weren't when they came out, obviously, but like that's 2 generations of 3D tech ago, so they look pretty bad. Just a simple act of putting them in an HD, like HD remakes that they've been doing, it's like that solves a lot of the problem right away. Makes a lot of shit more clear than the N64, which was already notoriously a blurry system as it was.
I thought I would hate it, but then I really like getting a Blu-ray of an older movie and like having something lo-fi, very crisp. I don't know. There's still something very satisfying about that.
Sleeping Beauty,
dude. Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Well, most animation looks nuts in high def, but like black and white shit, like just beautiful. And
then, just fucking shit like We Speak and friend codes and just everything.
I forgot about that.
Everything about their approach to technology is just, why the fuck would you do it like this?
Are you not going to give them any credit for releasing a button that attaches to no store with a 3DS?
God, that's the next thing on the list. Like they launched the 3DS and said, "Oh man, is it ever going to be really internet friendly when we update it? We maybe shouldn't have bothered."
Leave the button there. Why put the
It's
button
just there.
there?
It's a button
that could have been the update. The button.
Yes. Just you launched a system that's like, no, it's very friendly with 3D. And it doesn't work, and the store's not populated, and they just said, hey, when it comes out, the free game is going to be Excitebike in 3D, which is kind of cool.
That's amazing. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, and so that suggests to me that Nintendo is wising up. That if they're willing to give, that really worked. Yeah. That was really good. If Nintendo's willing to give Excitebike for free, normally they would charge like $5 for that. They really would.
Nintendo don't give you nothing.
And they're going to give us Excitebike. They don't give you anything. Their fucking rewards program for a free Mario hat is 800 coins.
You should see Henry with like a fucking rape victim bouncing around when he gets sent. Here's this. I got a sack for my 3DS. Like it's clearly for a DSi XL.
Yes.
And it technically costs you hundreds of dollars.
No, like to get the hat.
Quit being
like
excited.
600 Nintendo point coins or whatever. That literally amounts to $600.
Excuse me, we call them points.
Points.
Coins.
Did we discuss
Careful,
that? Like
careful.
Henry and I, all your Blockbusters are going out of business.
You loot Blockbuster.
Loot Blockbuster for those points. I became a thousandaire overnight by pilfering one Blockbuster.
But
yes.
maybe the new 3DS store, when it finally decides to
Sure.
show up, and they shouldn't have bothered launching the 3DS till they had that thing ready, and maybe had Ocarina to launch, so it had a reasonable launch window.
All right. You good?
That fuck. And then that news story out today. Have you heard that quote from Iwata?
No.
Holy fuck!
I
have to read this quote. This is so.
I don't have to play the gong noise, do I?
No, that's
Okay, thank
racist. That's lacist.
Thank God. Oh, I do have another good response. It'd be totally appropriate.
An alternate gong sound?
No, but
Okay, so the story was Nintendo 3DS sales take an unexpected dip.
what?
Imagine that. The world caught up to the fact that launch was pretty crappy. And all their shit about, well, we'll get into that later.
And Bust a Groove or Bust a Move Universe was on Amazon Deal of the Day today. And I'm like, Deal of the Day, $19.99. Let's see what the reviewers have, the customer reviews, what they have to say. And the customer reviews are the kindest reviews you'll generally ever get. And they are so mean and wicked to Bust a Move Universe. It's 1 hour. There's a timed mode and 10 stages to play. This is absurd.
No, there's less.
I love this series. What happened?
The last one that came out on DS is the same game with more everything, and the bosses are more involved. Anyway, so yeah, they're like, oh yeah, so Iwata, Nintendo's president, in a briefing said, quote, I think this could change if some compelling software comes out, but I'm frankly surprised at the tepid reaction. I truly thought the fanboys would snap these up at any price.
That hoe ass shit, man. This some hoe ass shit, man. This some hoe ass shit.
Wow, all right.
There we go.
Yeah, if you're gonna crib PR notes from someone, don't do it from Sony.
Can you imagine, like, just saying, like,
You know what that means when you sell stuff? He just pulled a Kotick.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just pulled a Kotick.
Yep, that's a true. It's just what the fuck is.
Did you see? I had to interview Dan this week.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh man, that was. I wish that
Had
didn't
to.
have to. Happen. I pitched it. I just didn't want. I didn't really want to have to do it, and I didn't want personally to have to do it. I'm like, Dan, it's like, no, that's fine. It's like, and I didn't. It's going to go on our site with comments. Like, you and I can have a fine, level-headed conversation, but I can't even look at the comments because I just scroll down. I'm like, that's a lot of paragraphs. I can't respond.
Top 7, number 5.
Number 5.
Things we hate about modern gaming. Number 5 is Sony's cripplingly long updates.
Yep.
Crippling
lack of an online.
And
service
right now,
this week.
And they did not save you.
I didn't even go into this recent outage
because we thought it would be done by now.
Yeah.
Because I wrote it last week, and I'm like, this won't last 5 days.
And it might be done by the time you're hearing this, but here on Wednesday, it's like, what the fuck?
You know what I love about all this? I was really getting pissed because I'm like, well, I wanted to play Mortal Kombat online because, contrary to popular belief, an 8 is a great score, and I really like the game, but I don't know what part no one understood about that. Anyway.
If people who won't play anything below an 8 are people who think an 8 is the lowest score
I shouldn't compare it to Street Fighter because what the fuck's the point, right? Anyway, it's a great game. I thoroughly suggest everyone play it.
But they can't play it on PSN right now.
They can't play it on PSN because it's down. And then I was like, well, I'll watch Hulu at least. Oh, wait, I can't even do that. And then they're like, oh, Hulu's coming to 360 Friday. And I'm like, TikTok on the PS3. That is the fucking crocodile Captain Hook moment where I heard that fucking clicking. I'm trying, Chris. Trying to pull you into this.
I'm trying to set something up.
Crocodile with Captain Hook? Peter Pan?
Oh, okay. Never smile at a crocodile.
No, I'm with you.
Never tip your head and try and stop
analogy.
a while.
All right.
Don't be taken in by his Phoenix grin.
All right. Okay. Now you've lost me.
Only goal is now to get you within his skin. This is a song.
Yes.
That is the one. That is the instrument. You know what?
But
Here, go ahead, Mike.
This entry actually has nothing to do with the outage. It's all just Sony's idiotic fucking like, oh, I haven't played my PS3 in a week. I can't now because I have to download some shit.
It really is like a week. Like they come out so often. They have updates every week. This is literally the worst thing that could happen. And like I am embarrassed for
this
them.
happened despite their constant fucking updates.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say
Microsoft has big updates like once a year, twice a year. I'd say. Spring and fall, they usually do some kind of major update.
How's $40 sound now for a year-long subscription?
I know, and I'm like, I don't fucking what? And I know we don't even pay for PSN, but you buy games on the promise.
I was this close to going over to Plus. I was very, very close.
You buy games on the promise that you're going to be playing online. So if I was a third party, I'd be like, you motherfuckers, fix this shit.
Yeah, it's a
they
selling
can't
point.
play the game they bought. They're going to just they're going to defect and buy some other game that doesn't have multiplayer or something.
I mean, when it's a selling point of the console, you kind of have to back it up.
Like, if I were Valve, I'd be pissed.
Sort of, but everybody who bought it on PS3 has the PC version to play.
I know, but everyone has a PC that can play Portal 2. I fucking
We announced Hulu. I couldn't get... Fran wouldn't officially confirm Hulu for us.
Yes.
Like, do it! Microsoft won't get mad at you because I guarantee you they want to kick PlayStation in the stomach while it's down right now.
Yeah.
Say, no, we got it. Before, there was an update for the PSN to download in background.
Yes.
Because
I put that in here, though.
You had to stare at your download when you used to download PSN games. That's how well thought out it was.
That's 1.60. I made sure to note that in this fucking article.
This is all I had. This is all my impression of getting a game on the PlayStation Store. All right. Great. What? Seriously? 4%.
Yes.
4%. Bucket. Well, it was supposed to be a noise.
With that...
It's supposed to be the 360 loading up, but YouTube is not behaving.
There
it is. Joe confirmed.
Part of the other thing that bugs me about the PS3 firmware updates is kind of like, as a Sony fan, you kind of have to take the good with the bad. But then there are the people who are like, this isn't even a big deal. Why don't you just play with the Ethernet cable unplugged and then it won't do the automatic updates? It's like, well, see, that's an inconvenience. And inconvenience is kind of what we're trying to avoid here.
There was one of the comments that was like...
to the day of the apocalypse PS3.
One of the comments...
where you couldn't play anything because it...
Yeah, whether you were connected or not, because it was an internal bug.
One of the comments was like, you can get around number 5 by doing this, this, and this. I'm like, you're willing to go effort on your part to make your system play properly? Like, that's not your burden, man. You should just turn it on and it fucking works.
That is... Kilburn474 says, number 5 can be easily circumvented by downloading the update to a flash drive and updating through there.
Wait, that does
how
work?
exactly does that circumvent it? Like, you go online and download it to a flash drive, and then you don't have to download it and then install it. You just have to install it, which also takes a while.
You can install an update that'll fix this shit?
No, but I think what he's saying
is
you can with your PC download the update to a flash drive and then update it. But that's even more of a pain in the ass.
I want to push my fucking power button, and you're like, that's how it worked before this generation. Yeah. And even the 360,
I turn it on and I'm playing.
Even the 360, I just turn it on, I sign in, which is usually problem-free, and then I push play, and that's fucking it. It doesn't pop up and go, wait, do you need an update to update photos to Picasa? Because that's what you're downloading now.
Yeah, because whether you're getting it whether you need it or not.
How about to edit video? Do you need to edit video on your PC? Conference calling. Do you need that?
There was tons of stuff... Because, we know what the updates are. We generally read the press releases, and I knew there was an update, and like, I'm gonna go get this Mega Man game. Like, cannot access store update. It was like remove Linux from the PS3. Like, I can't go in the store because you're removing a feature. That's fucking ridiculous.
Even outside of PS3, the lovely PSP. When you put in a game and you haven't played it for a month, and the battery's dead, and you have to update the PSP, and it won't let you update because the battery's too low. Even though it's plugged into the goddamn wall, you have to sit there, let it charge to like 30%,
it's kind of,
and then install the fucking update.
It's the perfect example of how when you try and punish pirates by punishing everybody else.
Yeah, it's totally
why that doesn't work. And,
Scott, you're looking very uncomfortable right now.
That's all right.
No?
I'm
just hungry.
He's official.
I'm holding this orange and
just gonna eat an orange. That sounds sexy.
Holding
that sounds
sexy.
Fine. We'll move on from.
Are there things we don't know that we should be doing that make get rid of this problem, Mr. Sony?
What's happening now with PSN?
No, what's happening with?
Because we're all just fucked. I mean,
what we were talking about.
The updates on PS3.
Like, do you guys have some?
No, I mean the workaround that guy mentioned is the only other way to do it, and as you pointed out, it's equally, if not more, inconvenient.
It's not a solution.
Just to get updates.
Not really. Yeah, exactly.
I thought you meant fixing the. This is
no. There is no fix for the apocalyptic situation.
This is PSN Pickle 2011.
Yeah.
PSN Pickle 2011.
And I'd been using my PS3 to watch Hulu, and I've been playing FF. Well, I played FF last year, but I've been playing Mortal Kombat, and I just
Joe Danger. I was playing the other day.
I went through Dead Space 2 on PS3, and I was like, you know what? I'm starting to warm up to my PS3 finally. Yeah. My friend list is growing. The store is getting fantastic. Store is cool.
I was this close to signing up to Plus.
Trophies are I'm getting pulled into the idea of trophies as much as achievements, and I was really starting to enjoy it. And then, like, literally when MK came out, and I was like, I'm going to go online and play. Well, let me sign in. Oh, that also means I can't use Hulu. Those are the two things I was using the system for. Fuck this. And now Microsoft's getting it on Friday, so it's like, okay, now I literally have no reason to turn that PS3 on until Uncharted 3. Yeah. Or if I decide to want to play Sly Cooper HD again, maybe. Like, what the fuck?
Right. Hot.
It is pretty hot.
Number 4. Scotty, you can get behind this clearly.
What's number 4?
Mobile games versus console games. Was that the title of the entry?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. This is kind of a multi-pronged thing of one.
I forgot about that. Whilst the PSN is down, a bunch of Sony press releases came through for like the Sony tablet and the... What's the benefit of me having this if I already have one? Well, it's on a unified net... Oh. Anyway. Yeah. Number 4.
Sign in with your PS.
There were so many collars being pulled over there. I can't wait to see how Kevin Butler responds on Adult Swim. This is going to be great.
So this mobile games versus versus console games. One, I'm just kind of tired of just the back and forth, not just from us, but from professionals. The guy from Rovio who did Angry Birds, like, so you guys did one game right, and then he won't shut up about how he's actually said console games are dying and there's that future doesn't work and that he's got it all figured out. And I don't think he said he's got it figured out, but it's just very like,
sir, you took advantage of morons. It can't happen. It can't happen a lot.
Yeah,
countries are built on taking advantage of morons.
Yeah, but you have to figure out a different way, and you're not going to sneak in with a fat bird and 99 cents like every time.
Like he's just
next answer.
It's worked so far.
Skinny birds.
He's just got. He's had many quotes where he's just like, "You guys don't know what you're doing. I've got a model that's going to work," and then EA bought fucking Rovio, and it's just like, so you had a successful idea, which was a ripoff of
his successful idea was to sell out to EA, clearly.
Yeah, and it's like, so you
that
realize
was my plan.
It's like you realize you're now owned by a giant console man, like the number 2 fucking publisher, right, of console games.
They will wring you dry,
and
they will Activision you, formerly EAing you.
Yes, now they'll Activision you. Yes. And then like Nintendo even fires back saying like all these 99-cent games are destroying the games industry. It's like, how about both of you fucks are wrong?
Yeah, shut up, everybody.
Like, just everybody just bitch. Like, no. There's room for both.
Yes.
I rattled off a list of great... I like Angry Birds. I also like Infinity Blade. I also like Game Dev's Story. I also... Even simple shit like Cut the Rope.
You know what they did? Mobile games and motion controls. Motion controls, not so much. They didn't innovate that much. They made macro gaming genres. Like, I think it's a different gaming platform.
Yeah.
We know it's a different gaming platform altogether.
Like, me buying a console game or me buying a mobile game is not... Neither of those are chewing into each other's territory.
It's not quite the difference between me watching a funny YouTube video and me going to see a hilarious Will Ferrell comedy.
That's actually an excellent
analogy. It's almost there.
It's like pretty damn close to that same dichotomy.
One had a lot of work and a lot of people and focus testing, and the other one was 3 guys dicking around and made something and sold it cheap.
Yep. And then the other thing,
you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
That gets what gets me about this is what neither one of them are arguing about is like, I actually think this is a less of a hating thing, is more of a actually I think the problem is the weird in between, which is 3DS and NGP.
Yeah.
They keep trying to make console level games on handhelds when the handheld market, the world has fucking spoken. Like, we don't an update of Ocarina of Time is great. I can't wait to play through it again, but I will not play that shit on a bus, plane, any fucking thing in motion.
I would.
That's a game I need to sit down and fucking soak in. Uncharted on a handheld, I don't want to like play that on a airplane with headphones that I can barely hear.
That is a good point. That's a point we've always made.
And when I'm shitting, like that's where I take my phone now. Like that, the phone has replaced those things to me. Like the DS games, even like I don't play Spirit Tracks on a fucking BART train or something. I sit home and play it because it's a Zelda game.
But it's nice to be able to. It's nice to be able to be anywhere.
It is, but like I don't ever.
I have so many rooms in my house. I don't have consoles in all of them.
I know, but
I've been paid a lot by this industry to say kind things about multiple
I don't know,
platforms.
just like even when I'm at an airport now, like I don't
share a room.
Why would I even take out my DS? Like I can do text, Twitter, Facebook, and play a handful of good games. Yes, there's a ton of shit, but there's like
I would pay a premium price to have, and this I think this might make me a dinosaur. I would pay a premium price to have a separate games-only device.
I would too.
Like the DS.
I would too. I'm just wondering now with them saying like, oh, these cheap games are killing the industry, when it's like, but you're charging $40 for Steel Diver.
They're killing your fucking ancient business models. Period.
Like you guys just have to change.
You just adapt. You can do it. I trust you guys.
Like, I just wonder what the 3DS and NGP can do if you're going to charge $40 or $50 for these games that are only going to last, a little bit of time with no multiplayer or no reason to go back and play again and again. Or I could just pay that fucking $1 for.
And I'm not even being cynical towards mobile gaming. We all have mobile gaming devices.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of stuff, like downloaded stuff. I paid for stuff. I downloaded it. I don't play it because I feel like a gamer, I'm wasting my time.
Yeah, there's a degree of I'm not accomplishing anything.
Yes, I feel like I'm wasting my time.
When I'm at an airport,
this is gonna get me addicted for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna feel totally ashamed of myself when I'm done because it's a very, very, very little substance. I'm starting to feel like that more and more. I have tons of games on my iPhone that I've never played that I paid for. I've read reviews. I just can't do it. I'd rather go play something else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to discount how much I love my DS, and I know 3DS will eventually get there, and even my PSP, which I give endless amounts of shit to. I could recommend 20 excellent games right now, and even playing Final Fantasy IV on it, and loving every second of it. But
you actually play PSP more than I do, I think, because you've been playing the Ease games.
All the Ease games,
yeah,
which are surprisingly good.
I love them.
I'll take your word for it.
The Turd Birthday,
Carolyn did beat that.
Also very good.
Yeah, stay tuned for game deals. All I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. We should probably move on from this, but just this back and forth. This back and forth that they can't coexist when it's yes, they can. Can everyone stop arguing about this?
This we can all agree with.
And then number 3 is broken, buggy games.
Buggy games.
PC gamers have had to deal with for a long time, and consoles, once they got hard drives, that just kind of started.
It's reached unacceptable levels on consoles.
Yeah,
right?
it's once developers figured out, we can use this for patching, then suddenly became I remember reading Penny Arcade years and years ago when hard drive enabled consoles first started coming out, and they were we think this is going to lead to the console market becoming like the PC market, where broken products are released all the time because they're we can fix it in a week or two.
The release date is more important than right.
Exactly. So you're buying something that is crippled from the start, and then you have to wait for them to get around to fixing it.
I'm trying to think of a good example, but the Fallout picture, the Fallout New Vegas picture, that game I think was soured for me 80% of the first 15 minutes. The first 20 minutes, I created my character, sat through the tutorial, walked into a garage, got stuck forever, had to close, no save, start all over, and bye. If I don't really want to sit through this guy's explanation again, I just walked out the fucking door. I didn't do anything crazy, and.
Yes, you just clipped through the stairs?
I was not cartwheeling off roofs. No, I know exactly where I went. I went to the fucking gas station where you eventually go talk to that guy hiding out in there. I jumped into the bed of a truck and totally stuck in the level. And it would be, I started the game over, went through that all again, and wow, they were actually sending me to that gas station where I just went on my own to get stuck. So somebody should have looked into that. And somebody maybe, and this is regardless of the picture of the guy with his head spinning in a circle.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that. I can't.
And even Mass Effect 1 was would crash. And I'd get stuck in corners, and I'd have to, and I'd lose hours because it's you didn't save often enough. That's not what saving is for, asshole.
Yeah.
It's not as a padding for your broken game. It's saving is for when I'm done. When I'm done playing, I save and quit. Not I'd better save because this game could barf at any minute.
Man, I wish I knew more about.
I felt that way a lot playing Fallout New Vegas, and I think it's a testament to just how good that game is, in spite of its bugs. That I gave it an 8 for P-Tom.
I totally disagree. I was talking to Andy Salisbury.
You disagree that Fallout New Vegas is good in spite of its bugs?
I thought it was fucking horrible.
You made it 5 minutes into
No.
I
made it 5 minutes. Well, I crashed. I played again for a long time. Let's go shoot these dogs. It's one of the ugliest looking games I've ever seen that literally requires me to walk in real time to and from objectives. Yeah. The radio station has 35 minutes of music that replay constantly.
You do know you can fast travel, right?
Yes, I do know you can fast travel. But what's the fuck? I'm immersing myself. I'm gonna talk to everybody, and then I'm gonna jump to light speed. I don't know. I don't understand what the fucking point of that game was. I did not find it interesting at all. I found it very
around
profoundly
and shoot
boring.
People terrible and do interesting.
I found
things.
tons of the mechanics to be like broken or shitty. It looks horrible. I don't know.
Did you even make it to New Vegas?
No, of course not.
That's where it gets really interesting.
But again, it's the Final Fantasy 13 thing. I don't want to wait for a game to decide to get good.
Yeah,
even though I did.
That was on my second try where I didn't get to New Vegas.
I'm a slave to Final Fantasy mainline.
I gave New Vegas enough time to know that I fucking hate it and do not like it. And I do not feel that way about Fallout 3 at all. So I don't know what the difference was.
Well, I will admit that, for like the first couple hours, I was like, fuck, this game is horrible.
Just
fucking
go.
Obsidian.
Just go. It's like an expansion anyway. Just go.
And I had to play it because I was reviewing it. And then it's like, after you've put in some time, it's like, okay, this is starting to get really good. Okay, now it's really fucking good. Now I'm attached to the characters in the world and it's interesting.
I forgot I gave that game away while I was drunk on Twitter.
Oh, well.
Fallout New Vegas. Remember that
You
hashtag?
don't care.
Those were the days. I do care. Hold on. That was our broken and buggy game discussion. I'm sweating. Number 2. Microsoft's abandonment of this PC. This is the one Evan wrote, right?
Yes.
So I don't really get this one, but I didn't read the entry.
So I asked him, like, what's a topic for PC gamers that's like a really big, like, this really grinds my gears kind of thing. Sure. And he said, stuff like
it's a great Evan, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to do Peter Griffin, but Peter.
You know what grinds my gears? Working at PC Gamer. I'm Evan Laddie.
It's not bad.
Yeah, right. Pretty good. So I get paid the low bucks.
To do impressions of Seth MacFarlane.
Half-ass impressions of impressions.
Isn't that a Wii game that's coming out?
Scotty with his first kill. Okay.
His first attempt.
I've just been enjoying you guys hating things. I'm just sitting here eating an orange.
You are eating an orange.
Watching Brett and Chris hate on stuff.
Could you do it? Could you please be less sexy about it?
I'm sorry.
All right. You should be. Scott, stop it.
Stop using your lips so much. Just open your teeth.
I didn't know you could deep sort of slice that small.
It's a big slice of orange or a really tiny mouth. I can't.
I try to make it feel good about itself.
So look how he diddles the seeds.
So PC gaming.
A lot of experience.
PC gaming is serious, guys.
I know.
Will you please grow up?
It's a completely different market.
You brought this up, and I didn't really understand how Microsoft was somehow attached to this because they don't make games, they don't make PCs.
No, but Windows is like the default fucking thing, and they were forever. It was like you play everything went through DirectX and
no games on a Mac.
When I was doing the most PC gaming, I was kicking back to DOS.
His rationale for this is like games for Windows. Like Microsoft doesn't own the PC, obviously, but like when you think PC in general terms, you think IBM, Microsoft is in there like almost immediately, and they started games for Windows, which is, he goes on to say, like this laughing stock as far as branding goes. It's
such
Xbox,
a great title.
It's Xbox Live stripped down, and the ports they get are broken, and the DRM is just crippling, and like Halo 2 is from Microsoft, and it's on a PC, which you think would be day and date, and instead it was 3 years later and ugly and only ran in Vista, and Microsoft keeps pulling their good teams away to work on bullshit, like he says.
Oh, that's right. They fired the Age of Empires team after...
Microsoft shuttered Aces Studios, responsible for Flight Simulator, and Ensemble Studios, creators of Age of Empires.
For Halo Wars?
For Halo Wars. Ugh. That's what you got. And then it didn't do, prior to that, it closed FASA Studios for MechWarrior.
Oh, that's right.
And after Shadowrun failed when they launched it during a Halo 3 beta. It's like, so what the fuck do you think happens? Fable 3 they said would be day and date, and now it's 6 months late. Like, I don't know. He just has a good long list of like why and Valve in this time has just completely stepped up.
Yeah.
They have Steam. They like, if anyone owns a PC, it's fucking Valve. Digital distribution alone from Valve.
What do you think
that should have been Microsoft?
Do you think Valve resents having to make PS3 and 360 games? I mean, they've been much kinder about it in the press, but releasing your game on your like, imagine Nintendo having an active platform and having to release something on another platform. Like, I don't know.
Well, they're a business, so I'm sure they're fine.
Well, so is Nintendo. Nintendo could make tons of money by releasing their games on PS2 tomorrow, but they never would.
They make more money off fucking the licensing fees of their.
So does Valve. So I don't know. I'm just sort of curious. Why didn't they make it exclusive? And good on them for not making it exclusive.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think they seem like a very rational group.
I guess so.
And I think part of it is, Nintendo has this kind of very old, kind of closed off mentality that, like, we don't collaborate with our competitors ever.
Never. We know what happens then.
Unless they're Sega.
PlayStations are made that way.
Yeah, they learned their lesson by breeding their own competitor.
Was I mentioning the conversation I had with my girlfriend about? I was trying to. So why do you have a 360 and a PS3? Stupid. There's different games on them. Why? Because they're exclusive.
Why?
Why? Does this one do something the other doesn't? Not really? So why? Like, it's just always been that way. And like Sony owns Walkman. They don't have exclusive CDs. They never had exclusive tapes. Why is this different?
I think the difference is that if they own a development team, they can say we're only going to, we're paying these people to create this game, and therefore we're only going to release it on our system. Whereas with bands, it's like it's not the same. They don't own the band.
A mini disc only REM album, like that is totally within Sony's grasp and would technically cost the same amount. Like, I don't know why
that
they
actually did happen.
It might have happened,
but I think with like
mini disc,
more obscure formats, you actually did get some exclusive.
The mini disc was kind of awesome
because like shit, like the mini disc, your only option was Sony.
Yeah,
so
the whole like exclusivity is a bust. There should just be like one console standard that comes and goes and comes and goes. But the thing is, like you go down that path. Where you go down that path, and what do you end up with? It's like, let's have one console that is a standard for the entire industry. How is that different from a PC? Like, that's saying that it's saying consoles are dead, everybody should play on PCs.
Well, Michael, what if we sold you individual pieces of hardware that improve the performance of this single console generation? I'm just kidding. That's exactly what a PC does. That's exactly what would happen. And I get that. And like, I don't know, I never really, even as the brokest motherfucker in the world, like a console isn't that expensive.
That's the other thing. If you start putting out upgradable hardware for consoles, then it's like, then the console manufacturers have to be able to take that into account, and then it's going to be like the PC, where like one of the reasons that PC games can be all over the map is because there's no standardization. There's some standardization, but like they have to like, okay, is this going to work with an ATI graphics card? Is it going to work with a GeForce graphics card? We have to test on every single standard.
Boo.
Yeah, and we have to make this work for like a range of equipment, and on consoles they don't have to do that. It's just like, here's one machine. It just has to work on this one machine.
Yeah, that's always been the appeal.
This is why I've always liked it. Play. Yeah. Once it got to the point where I was enjoying playing Doom and Duke Nukem and all that shit. When I got to the point where it's like, you're going to need a new motherboard, I was like, the fuck is that? And like, I'm 14, what the fuck is a motherboard?
I couldn't play Doom 3 because I didnn't have the proper...
I didn't get to Doom 3. I got Duke Nukem 3D, Doom, and like the first Quake, and then it's like, I need a Pentium and a new motherboard, and I need 16 or 32 megs of RAM, whatever it was at the time. Like, all right, this...
Gigawatts.
Fuck this. $250 for an N64, fine. That sounds good. And I'll play nothing but shit that's only on this system.
Aw, Donkey Kong needs an expansion pack!
Which I bought. 4 extra megs of RAM.
Thank you.
Which I wrote down as boss session with Metacritic.
You are a great torpist.
Yeah, I think we're off Metacritic's Christmas card list after writing.
Yeah, the obsession with Metacritic is number 1, which Dave Houghton wrote, and he really goes in. Oh my god! Let me just.
Oh my god!
Let me just.
Is it anti-Metacritic or the users?
It's anti-Metacritic.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say Metacritic dropped our relevancy weight after reading.
Yes. So Metacritic does not want you to read words or contextualize opinions or think for yourself. It has no respect for the human element of gaming, either on the side of the player or the reviewer. It wants to break down all the little quirks, personal tastes, and subtle predilections that make interactive entertainment such an eclectic personal joy, and replace them with nothing more than a cold, meaningless number. It wants to make you and your game buying decisions stupid. It's the seething
job, Houghton.
And he just goes on and on. Most hatefully of all, Metacritic makes it easier than ever for unimaginative, non-creative corporate bean counters of the world to stick their oar in the developmental greenlighting process. Metacritic makes it painfully simple for them to appraise things in a language they understand, which is basic, isolated numbers. Blah, 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 blah.
Fuck.
The solution...
That's an excellent point.
Yes. He just goes on and on and on about why Metacritic is an evil thing.
Awesome.
And it's pretty... It's all accurate stuff.
GameRadar.com. I can't wait to go back and read that.
It's actually it's pretty serious. He wanted to write it as its own article, and I'm like, well, can you just put that as number 1? And he's like, yes, but it will be long. Like, no problem.
I mean, I really thought it was based around, just looking at the title, Tyler Wilde and I were looking at Portal 2's Metacritic's, like, 6 hours, 2, 0. Like, I thought that's what was
reactions.
About. Yeah, the community or the obsession with paying attention or putting too much weight. They're needing Metacritic to validate you. That's what I thought it was.
The problem with people being assholes is it's not specifically applicable to the gaming world. That's not a problem with modern gaming.
But we have
hell is other people's game reviews, Chris.
Like a lot of some publishers, PR developers, they're like bonuses are based off of Metacritic specific.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
because they literally have their own formula for 1UP, who gives like A- and D-. Like,
yeah, I remember a friend of mine who's a freelancer did a review where he gave the game like a B+, and Metacritic computed it to like a 6.
I thought I asked somebody at 1UP, like, we have no idea. I don't. Maybe I didn't do that. I don't want to put words in their mouth. I feel like I asked, like, what is the breakdown? Like, no idea. That's Metacritic.
Yeah, there's some crazy alchemy that happens there.
I would say, I think the whole reason that they went with the grades in the first place was because
so they couldn't do that.
This is how we perceive the rating system anyway. That anything below a 6 is a failure.
Yeah.
So let's just make our failing grade as the equivalent of a 6. And so Metacritic's like, no, it's the equivalent of like a 0.5.
Yeah.
They're operating on two very different systems.
Yeah.
The arithmetic is off somewhere.
Let's run the fuck into this break, shall we? Yes. We did this a long time.
It was a very long top 7.
It's our week of hate. We did a lot of hateful articles. Do we not mention any of them? I had an interview up with Dan Hamrick on why people hate Activision, reasons to hate Portal, Minecraft,
Assassin's
Creed,
Metal Gear. Carolyn's doing Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. I don't know.
Chris Antista.
We also have a ultimate most hated character battle coming up.
Yes,
so
we do.
Thought appropriate of that alone. Remember that song,
Slippy.
Ultimate Showdown? I don't hate Slippy. I love Slippy.
You're wrong.
Oh, dude, we're gonna get into it.
Your opinion is stupid.
We're gonna get into it when we get back. Oh man, you and me are gonna spar. But yeah, Ultimate Showdown, Ultimate Character Showdown. We get back. We'll see what happens.
Crossfire, you'll get caught up in that crossfire. Crossfire, you'll get caught up in the crossfire. Crossfire, you'll get caught up in the crossfire. Crossfire, crossfire.
Before you get up for that final snack, I want you to know I'll be right back. Ha!
Old Godzilla was hopping around Tokyo City like a big playground when suddenly Batman burst from the shade and hit Godzilla with a bat grenade. Godzilla got pissed and began to attack, but didn't expect to be blocked by Shaq, who proceeded to open up a can of Shaq Fu when Aaron Carter came out of the blue and he started beating up Shaquille O'Neal. Then they both got flattened by the Batmobile, but before we could make it back to the Batcave, Abraham Lincoln popped out of his grave and took an AK-47 out from under his hat, blew Batman away with a rat-a-tat-tat, but he ran out of bullets and he ran away because Optimus Prime came to save the day. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions as far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Godzilla took a bite out of Optimus Prime like Scruff McGruff took a bite out of crime, and then Shaq came back covered in a tire track, but Jackie Chan jumped out and landed on his back, and Batman was injured and trying to get steady when Abraham Lincoln came back with a machete, but suddenly something caught his leg and he tripped. Indiana Jones took him out with his whip, then he saw Godzilla sneaking up from behind and he reached for his gun, which he just couldn't find cause Batman stole it, and he shot and he missed, and Jackie Chan deflected it with his fist. Then he jumped in the air and he did a somersault while Abraham Lincoln tried to pull a fault onto Optimus Prime, but they collided in the air. Then they both got hit by a Care Bear stare. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions as far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown. Angels sang out in an immaculate chorus. Down from the heavens descended Chuck Norris, who delivered a kick which could shatter bones into the crotch of Indiana Jones, who fell over on the ground, writhing in pain, as Batman changed back into Bruce Wayne. But Chuck saw through his clever disguise, and he crushed Batman's head in between his thighs. then Gandalf the Grey, and Gandalf the White, and Monty Python, and the Holy Grail's Black Knight, and Benito Mussolini, and the Blue Meanie, and Cowboy Curtis, and John B. the Genie, Robocop, the Terminator, Captain Kirk, and Darth Vader, Lopan, Superman, every single Power Ranger, Bill S. Preston, and Theodore Logan, Spock, the Rock, Doc Ock, and Hulk Hogan, all came out of nowhere, lightning fast, and they kicked Chuck Norris in his cowboy ass. It was the bloodiest battle that the world ever saw, with civilians looking on until the law. The fight raged on for a century, many lives were claimed, but eventually the champion stood. The rest saw their better, Mr. Rogers in a bloodstained sweater. This is the ultimate showdown, ultimate destiny, good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown. This is the ultimate showdown. This is the ultimate showdown. Ultimate destiny.
Hey guys, it's the Land of Van Buskirk, also known as Land of 81. I'm here to tell you guys to listen to GNA FM. We are now on the PTFGN network, so we're right up there with Pixel Heroes, PC Engine. We've joined their family, and we're really excited about it. You know, our show is made by TDards for TDards. We try to keep the in-jokes to a minimum just because we want new people in there, but, you know, you'll catch a lot of awesome stuff on there. So we're talking about video games, movies, comics, anime, whatever it is, we're probably talking about it. Probably some porn and masturbation, too.
Is everybody enjoying their brownies?
Yeah.
Good, because we've started. I'm not sure. Chew away from
bullshit.
You guys just, it all looks horse-like.
Stop it!
The sun will come out, manana.
No. This is the only way they get me to talk. They gotta put brownies in.
Stop! No!
Chew sexier.
Oh, well, see, I don't have a lot. No!
No, sexier.
No, I don't have a lot prepared this week because we're working on stuff.
Oh, you started?
Yeah, we started.
Oh, great.
We are back, and we have
brownies.
If you don't like this, we are going to have a special podcast, even throwing it out to iTunes, the Hated Character Battle. Mm-hmm. Another
sequel to one of our overlooked / most beloved bullshit articles we've ever written.
I have no idea if it's beloved by anybody but us. I really don't.
Like even in that article that we did for our 5-year anniversary, it was like name your favorite Game Chatter articles, and a lot of people are like, that character battle was so stupid and great.
This is even stupider, and
it's dumber.
You were going to get an extra, I think, 2 hours.
I don't know about as great because we kind of kludged it together even more haphazardly.
That's what I'm saying. Like.
Michael had to say it. Look, no one has actually fought yet. They're all dying ironically.
I think that was said several times
yes,
over the course of the 8th discussion.
There has to be a fight. Not everybody can die of shame or commit suicide. Or
then it got to the point, like, well, what do we write? Like, he punches him. He punches him again. He punches him harder.
Is there one that's like, there's an elaborate setup, and then it's like, and then he punches him and he dies?
Yeah, there's a bit of that. Scott, who's your most hated game character?
I think Slippy.
Slippy?
I'm going to stick with Slippy.
We overlooked Slippy.
God, because I loved Star Fox 64. You know, I played. Yeah, that's exactly right. Thank you for illustrating. You can't play that game without wanting to fucking kill Slippy.
I thought you were going to say fuck Slippy. What?
No.
You need to work out where this emotion
is. That is a Penny Arcade comic, though.
I am glad you shared that with us, Scotty.
You're welcome.
Because, one, we don't have a lot prepared for this segment.
So I think we got a question of the week.
2, you're the star of the show.
I don't know about that.
That's right. And 3,
I think the star of the show is hate.
No, Scott, I want to get to the bottom of you. I do.
That's what all the boys say.
You know how hard it is for you to reveal like a personal preference usually?
That's not true.
I have two goals. I'm going to get you to reveal something personal, and then I'm going to make you laugh at least once.
My last name is Butterworth, and
no, don't do that because every time
it was personal.
This is my impression of like, and it's you being legitimate. I say something funny. Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
I just laughed just now. That was a real laugh.
You're not even like, I'm just saying that to appease you. You're like, no, yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that was as funny as it was, given that you said it.
You make it sound like I spend my life just patronizing you.
I didn't realize
just walking around.
I have never gotten a hearty guffaw out of you, like, ever. And I do nothing but dance for your amusement, son.
I've grown immune.
It's got to happen.
He has laughed twice in your impressions of him.
It's true. Let's not split hairs. He's giggling under nervousness or
obligation.
I was going to say homosexuality.
Well, that too,
but that could be the case.
You do want to get to the bottom of it.
I am at least glad you're here because we announce our new releases. Well, Michael showed me something, an answer to the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate History that I think merits a second break. You look that up again just so we can attribute the artist. And I'm glad for the last break, I forgot to do it last week, but it was the live version of the Crossfire song on A Man and His Piano. It's very good. Scott Gardner, I believe.
New releases! How it's just by Not Safe for Work.
Not Safe for Work. Charge Base for 3DS.
Man, that sounds...
I thought it was a game. It's an actual game? It's a Charge Base for your 3DS. And that ranks as number 3 on what's coming out this week.
Oh my god.
Yes, Man vs. Wild, also out this week.
Hey, Michael's played that.
Of course Michael's played that.
I have. That's the
Pro XM.
Drink Your Piss game.
Yeah. Fuck, was there a good sound for that?
Well, not really.
Do you at least get to pee into a bird?
Well, there's like, a trickling noise, and he goes, oh, and then he trickles some more.
What was the thing you were saying about...
It's so pee-like.
How they take the HUD away as a way to make you...
Yeah, so they have 2 modes, regular and survival. I played through 99% of the game on normal, and then ran into a thing at the end I couldn't get past, and then I'll try out, see what the difference with survival is. And so far as I can tell, the only difference is that normally you have a HUD that has a meter showing your level of hydration and level of hunger and level of physical health, and they take that away during survival mode.
So you have to guess when you're thirsty?
Yeah, you have to just wait until you either hydrate regularly and eat regularly, or you wait for Bear Grylls to say oh, I'm really thirsty. And then you feed him water.
Or piss.
Yeah, or piss. Piss works. Not very well.
Can you jump straight to piss?
If you kill a snake in the game...
Do I have to wait till he's out of water, or can I just go straight to piss?
No, you can go straight to piss. If you kill a snake in the game, you will get a snake. You'll get a snake skin and a piece of meat. And if you use the snake skin, then he will turn his back and pee into it. And then if you use it again, you get to see a lovely little cutscene of him drinking out of the snake skin. And it's a distinct yellow liquid that's coming into his mouth.
Like a
bright fucking
urine
yellow.
Go-gurt.
Like he pissed mustard is what it looks like. So
he pissed Snork.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's in practical terms, later in the game you get into the Sahara, and it's completely useless because there's this heat effect that makes your hydration drop constantly, and if you stop to drink piss, which you think is okay, this will keep me alive a little bit longer, the hydration meter runs out. It fills up and runs out in the amount of time that it takes him to finish the piss drinking animation. What was even the point of that?
Oh, I love it. There's a piss drinking animation,
and that it's too long.
Yeah.
That's too long. That's magazine bullshit. Hold on, Scotty. We'll get... Darkspore also came out.
Finally.
Wow, which I have nothing to say about.
I don't know anything. They announced
Isn't that the adventure game based on Spore?
Yeah, it's what happens when Will Wright quits your company. Yeah.
It's what if we made it hard?
Yeah, what if we made it gritty? You mean everything that came out from 2005 to 2009? Just make it gritty?
No, it's a different kind of gritty. It's kid-friendly gritty, like Bionicle.
Did we mention there's a lens in the camera that makes it gritty?
He mentioned that lens sometimes flares.
Yeah! Spore! All right, but Scotty has played good games.
Sure.
Yeah?
I spent all today playing Build of Deus Ex.
Woo!
I'm not sure how much I can really say about it, though, because a lot of it's cylinder embargo until early May.
But are you enjoying it?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, what did you know already before you went into it?
It is third game in the Deus Ex series, although it's actually a prequel to the first 2 games, which were PC stalwarts. Takes place in the year 2027 when nanotechnology was popular. It was before sort of the more advanced technology that the later games came about. He plays a security specialist named Adam Jensen. There's a whole list of things. But basically, it's sort of like Fallout or Mass Effect-ish in a sort of dystopian future where there's social unrest over the moral implications of human augmentation, and you are sort of caught up in this crazy conspiracy.
I'm going to write
you
down...
talk to people and shoot people.
I'm going to write down BioShock.
It's a lot of fun. It's not but it's in the future.
I know.
Yeah, and it's you're actually exploring populated areas where people aren't constantly trying to kill you.
Are you going to chime in like you played it too?
Maybe. I'm being cagey. I may have played it. Anyway.
If you were really cagey,
if you were to have played it, would that hypothetical Michael say that he was liking it so far?
Yes.
Okay, Scotty, would you
hypothetical Scotty would agree?
Hypothetical Scotty would agree. Awesome. Look how we skirt him.
What would you?
You're going to go to score, aren't you?
Yeah. What do you picture yourself giving the score to it? I mean, not your actual review score, but like +1.
I honestly don't know at this point. I haven't.
Well, Scott, that's all that matters.
It's true.
You should start with the score.
What is the highest score you've ever given at PTOM? PlayStation, the official magazine. This is Scott Butterworth here.
I've given a couple 10s. I gave like Red Dead a 10.
You gave Street Fighter 4 a 10.
I gave Street Fighter 4 a 10.
Best fighting game.
Is Deus Ex worse than Street Fighter?
That is...
Good question.
I almost had you.
Nothing is worse than Street Fighter.
I almost had you. God, if you were drinking, I could...
Well, I was trying to compute, like, how to even compare the two.
It's not... Yeah, that was...
Look, I'm sorry for Metacriticing.
It's a really ambitious game. So it'll be interesting to see how much of it comes together in the end. It's the kind of game that really does a great job of drawing you in. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say this much, but it's a very engrossing experience so far, and there are things that I really love about it and things that I'm not as crazy about. Overall, it's the kind of game that you really just have to keep playing.
Unexpected consequences and trial and error.
Oh, see, this is where I could really start to tell you stuff about it, but I don't want to get shot in the face.
Don't
by
get into specifics, but I just wanted that game. It's in different hands now.
Very early on, I played through this one section twice just to see how it would impact the game if this one particular character lived or died, and it had a very dramatic effect on the next good 30 minutes of the game. It wasn't like, you got a reaction and then the game moved on and that was it. It very much dictated how the next sort of section of the game felt. It just, people constantly like, hey, good job, or, I can't believe, or, I don't know, it felt like a fairly tangible difference.
Yeah.
When is it set to come out? I forgot.
Late August.
That late?
So it's got about 2.5-ish months of actual development time left and about 4 months till it's out.
So it'll come out near PAX Prime, which everyone listening should go to, because we'll be there, and you can yell at us /hug us, and we will buy drinks and have a great old time together.
Or as many of our fans did, you can hug us and then yell at us because you're drunk.
Yes, that's also acceptable.
I will sleep with the person of your choice.
And I will pee on any sidewalk, provided Seth Killian walks behind me at all of it.
I will travel with you to the highest floor, and we can all press our naked butt cheeks up against the window and moon the entirety of Seattle.
You know what? Let's just burn Seattle to the ground.
Yeah, let's tear it down.
I will stare at you in conversation in a neutral way and sort of make you nervous.
Oh, great. I thought that was just me.
You do have a very intimidating beard.
I'd like to point out that we have shreddings of the names from our hated character list.
Don't ruin it. There's a whole other podcast at stake.
And I've had to stare at just the name Wendy Oldbag the entire show next to Babies from Dead Space.
I see Otis, and my favorite one that I'm glad got in there, just John Madden. John Madden is in there. And just a murderous fuck. Horrible person.
That man gave us the turducken, though.
That was him?
Yeah.
How did he do that?
He took a turkey and then stuffed it.
Turkey in a duck and run it all the way to the Weight Watcher. Just tell me about the new magazine, the new issue.
New issues should be hitting subscribers very soon. Laura Croft is on the cover, the new Laura Croft. It's actually a really cool image.
I know, man. I really like, but I just like the concept of that new game.
Yeah, we have a big, I think 10 pages on it. Very in-depth, inside access. First big thing on it since the unveil, I think. Yeah, the article's really well written. It's a good article. You can get our take on Portal and Mortal Kombat and SOCOM and a bunch of big reviews in there.
When does that issue hit newsstands?
That hits newsstands.
You should be subscribed.
I think May 5th or so.
We don't care about newsstand people, right?
But yeah, subscribers should be getting it any day now, pretty much.
Subscribers are more important the newsstand people?
We love all our readers, man.
I'm trying to get some insight.
I think that we make more money from newsstand people.
Yeah,
because
suckers. You can subscribe any day of the week, fools.
They should just subscribe.
Yeah, picking it up
so that I can continue to have a job.
We got this.
No, we don't.
We got this. We're going to turn this whole print thing around.
Sure.
We're going to unplug the internet.
Yeah,
exactly.
That might be the only way.
It's going to take 2 months.
If we can turn the internet into one giant PSN, we'll be in great shape.
Oh, somebody did just tweet. It'll be 2 days late, but warning, fake PSN emails are being sent out. They're using PlayStation_network at PlayStation-email.com. Please avoid. Please avoid.
Yeah, Caroline had to put a fraud alert on her account, and Michael, you said that your account was...
kind of a weird thing happened that, like, the second I found out that it's like, well, maybe the credit cards have all been compromised. I called up my bank, and because I have my debit card like an idiot tied to the account.
You're an idiot if you...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Well, and having done it, I think I was an idiot for doing it. So I called them and got it changed, and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll get that. Oh, that's interesting. What? And like, there's apparently we were already in the process of doing this because there's a notification from Friday where we got an alert from a merchant saying that the card had been compromised. What? And it's like, can you tell me who that's from or what? I was like, no, it doesn't say, and I think that's confidential anyway.
I love how it's confidential on your account.
Yeah. It's just like a credit flag thing, right? That I probably if I go and check like with Equifax or something, they might be able to tell.
Right. Me. I want to say that is Sony sending like, okay, some shit happened. Please, banks, be prepared. If anything else should happen.
Yeah, but it only seemed to happen to like I posted that on Twitter, which may have been irresponsible of me, and said like, has anybody else had this same experience? And like 1 or 2 other people were like, yeah, actually, I called my bank and they said, yeah, we already knew it was compromised.
What my favorite part of all this is Sony didn't send any emails to people about this.
Well, I think the notification is Sony notifying the bank.
No, hang on. Sony didn't send any emails to people subscribed to PSN or who have accounts, and all those accounts are tied to an email address. They didn't send an email until last night, which was Tuesday night. How many people do you think own PS3s and don't fucking religiously follow game websites that just were like, why the fuck isn't this working? And the first email in my inbox, because Carolyn's account is tied to it, not mine, but we got an email from Hulu first that said, yeah, we're down on PS3 because the PlayStation Network is down, so blah, 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 blah. Then 7 hours later came the email from Sony saying, you may have noticed our thing's been down for a week. It's like, you guys are so fucking bad with this, like, mishandling every single step. You should have said, I just like, everyone who bought a PS3 isn't on, like, fucking Joystick and Kotaku every day, or Games Radar. Heaven forbid.
That's where I got all my information, up-to-date information about this entire
scenario. As fast as Tyler Wilde can churn out a story.
Yep. Look for the PlayStation thumbnail.
That's how you can quickly scan this. And we can't even make a tag for it because that would take too long.
Yeah. See, Scotty, we're all screwed.
We're all screwed.
We're all going down together, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you all in hell.
I find no comfort.
If hell means the streets of San Francisco.
6th Street.
In some cases, yes.
I will homeless my way the longest possible path to 6th Street. I'm going to take as long as I can.
Please stay away from my neighborhood
until I get there. I don't know.
But yeah, I heard that. I don't know if that's. I don't think that's. I really think it was just Sony saying like, look, there's a chance these were compromised.
Which
there
means
is
they
a flag.
If a giant corporation says some cards may have been compromised, that means they already have been.
But I think they don't
put that out there.
Have you ever had your credit card information compromised? I have.
Yes.
And they call me like when we went to Vegas for Charlie's bachelor party. I was in Disneyland the day before. They called me immediately.
Yeah, they called
to tell me, is this you? Is this you? Blah blah blah.
Right. No, I've had that.
So
I had my card stolen. It wasn't stolen. Somehow somebody got my number and was buying shoes in Oakland.
It seems like
that's.
It seems
look at my history. It's all.
And then
Spider-Man
my bank automatically turned that shit down.
Yeah, they did,
and like without even me asking. So like I'm not too scared. I don't know if it's that I'm too lazy to be scared because I don't want to call them and change anything like Michael did because that really freaked me the fuck out. But yeah, I think it's just Sony saying alerting people to the alerting banks to the possibility of a larger problem. I don't think it's that big a deal.
We'll see. I think there's already cases though where people have said like fraudulent use of their card has already occurred.
Have they?
I thought I saw someone on Twitter say that, but Twitter, I can't fucking tell if that's a joke or not.
I haven't heard that. And people can hack the system all they want.
Right.
Hack the planet.
Hack the planet. It's a lot harder to hack or forge credit card information. They'll find you eventually if you're doing it on this massive scale. Right. Okay. Scotty, PlayStation games. What's going on, buddy? New issue.
Man, Uncharted 3 is going to be great.
Did you see Uncharted 3?
I haven't personally, but we do actually have a preview.
Michael's
not in
talk to me about
the issue that's sitting in Newsstands, but in the upcoming issue, I think. Maybe even
was
both.
It by Evan Shamoon?
Yes.
Yes,
it was.
He was there at that thing with me. So
the multiplayer event?
Yeah. Both played what I'm assuming will be the multiplayer beta demo thing.
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah,
which sounds fucking cool.
It is really cool. I played a ton of it, and like to the point where it's like I kind of don't want to play this anymore right now. It's really good, but you can only play this thing 2 levels so many times.
The joy and the curse of a beta, where it's like I'm so excited to play this, and then you play it to death and you hate it. You never want to play it again.
Speaking of betas, I think we're going to try to do a Gears of War 3 beta, a couple hours of play next Thursday. So if you've got a Gears 3 beta.
Any reason? Does it become open to everybody?
It
ends?
No, it just ends May 15th, so we're going to do one on May 5th.
I got to get a beta.
And we're going to play some in the office.
I gave all my beta keys to
I know,
you,
that was the problem.
To you!
I was talking to Charlie like, hey, we should do that. And he's like, fuck, I gave them all away. So I don't know if we can ask Microsoft.
We have one, and it's the Bulletstorm insert that Charlie put on my desk, and I don't know where the fuck that is.
Probably under a Mickey Mouse thing.
Come on.
You're right.
So much more layered than that.
There are DuckTales things.
Yes, there's Rescue Rangers.
It should be, what's his fucking name? Happy Bear? Billy Bear?
Had that Portal hoodie I haven't shipped out to the winner?
Who won that 3DS?
Blake, a dude named Blake.
Oh, okay.
That was on Sega's end to send out.
Oh, okay.
Man, I was sort of hilarious that I just slam Monkey Ball like that and they still had to send out a 3DS. I don't know. It's not satisfying. It's just, man, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
Don't offer me that kind of shit if your game sucks. Scotty.
What section are we even in of the podcast right now?
I don't know.
What's happening
Just
here?
winging it.
All right.
This is a weird one. Yeah, sign of things to come.
Ooh, 150. What does it have in store?
Don't get excited.
Dracula's.
The store's on the PSN. Nothing.
Look at us on PSN. Anything else about the issue, Scotty? I know I can't press you for all the information. What's on the cover? You say that already?
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, that's right.
New Lara Croft. Lara Croft.
Lara Croft. I'm not English.
I don't give a shit.
If you like Tomb Raider, stay tuned for game deals.
Woo!
Yeah, that's right. Speaking of which, we're going to go to break and come back into game deals. I'm going to play Michael's Ultimate Orgy of Homosexuality song.
Don't call it mine.
It was written by Michael Raparez.
Recorded by Michael Raparez.
We want to...
inspired by...
It was
Michael Raparez.
Recorded, edited, and lived by Michael Raparez. And...
I'm never showing you guys anything funny again.
No.
Do we want to go into any of our reasons to hate games at all? Or
it's on the website, right?
Yeah. All right. I mean, I didn't write any. Michael wrote 2 of them. And
that's true.
There's reasons to hate everything.
Reasons to hate is Ass Creed and Metal Gear.
Yep.
Michael Grimm's Minecraft one is pretty choice.
Then what the fuck? Is it up? Let me pull it up.
It's up. I mean, there's no point in us reiterating what he said. It's just...
what are the other 2?
You need your own second segment.
Mass Effect and Portal.
A parallel second segment where we can read Mike Grimm's article.
I don't need to read it. I'm just saying. Like, Google,
did Alex do this art?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
He did one for every day this week.
I thought the Assassin's Creed one was inspired.
Number one reason Mike Grimm hates Minecraft. Oh, goodness. That's a pretty picture. Thanks, Alex.
Not enough Japanese hardcore.
Remember Pogs and Hypercolor shirts? These things were fads, novelty products that exploded into popularity and sold millions, seemingly overnight, but were forgotten almost as quickly. The internet has multiplied fad phenomenons a millionfold, and thanks to a million viral videos and user-generated content via congregate sites like Reddit, Minecraft blew up big. Little did most gamers eager to jump on the bandwagon know that those cool Bioshock-level recreations likely took groups of people hundreds of hours to recreate, not including the long process of even figuring out how to play the damn game. Number 2, it's user-friendly with a giant image that says, "Wake up on island, punch trees."
That one basically says, like, you can't...
Anybody else want to read any of these?
You need the wiki to play that game correctly.
Which is true.
Okay,
Although
good.
once you have the wiki, it's pretty fun.
But it's like you basically have to keep a wiki window open.
It's not 3 is not a game, which I believe there's a YouTube video that is an in Minecraft recreation of the Deal with a Dog.
The Deal with a Dog, which is really good.
Great. Did you send me the Deal with it, Geordie LaForge?
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing. The Glowing Stars on their site, Matt made one of just his NES, where he just slams the glasses on an NES. Well, we appreciate opening the game. There's a difference between having some structure and having none at all. Minecraft stretches the term game to the absolute limit. Giving the player a sandbox with no goals is a lot like renaming Microsoft Paint Art Quest and claiming it's the most creative video game ever made. Minecraft is less a game than it is a digital Lego box with OCD man-children. The fact that the vast majority of popular Minecraft vids are little more than tributes to video game characters or internet memes isn't shocking given the fan base. Ooh, Michael Grimm.
Wow. That's our fan base too, man.
What is shocking is the insane amount of time invested in things like making a tribute to the Flash in the Pan Deal With It dog.
See, the hating on Deal With It dog. This really is the week of hate.
Mike Grimm loves the Deal With It dog. Or he did 2 years ago when it was new, I think. That would be Mike Grimm.
When only 6 people knew about it.
4, it's only fun because you make it fun. Being a completely open-ended game with no real goals or purpose, Minecraft relies on the player to find interesting things to do. This usually boils down to build a house and maybe tunnel into the depths, or make it to the nether and kill a ghost. Outside of that, I hope you enjoy grinding for colored blocks and then putting them together forever because that's all you'll be doing here, having to waste your precious time, creative spark, and effort on a game. Making a game entertaining seems like a lot of effort for something that's all cute.
Sort of back to that argument of, aren't there professional game designers, and aren't they going to be better at designing games than us?
I usually trust them. I do.
What are you saying? Little Big Planet sucks?
No. I'm
just saying I don't.
I'm just
want to play it because it's not done yet unless
Minecraft
I finish
sucks.
it.
Yeah, I don't want to finish a game.
You know how much you hate it when a freelancer sends you an article that you have to end up making most of?
Yes, I do.
Yes. I think that should be number 6 on Minecraft. It wastes your creativity, says Michael Grimm, Pseudobread on Twitter. Tell him if you disagree.
Tell him.
Inspiration for creating music, painting, sculptures, or whatever else is fleeting. It only comes once in a while. So what possible reason is there for you to waste your spark drive spending 300 hours building a 400-foot tall facsimile of the Reddit guy? Other than pandering to Reddit users for upvotes, of course. Congrats, your hard work has made another viral video to promote the game, more advertising dollars for Reddit, and helped Notch acquire yet another solid gold house and rocket car. Damn, Mike Grimm. He really does hate a lot of stuff. All right, now we're going to break with the song Brett Elson lived in.
Oh, yes. Definitely me.
Right, yeah.
I know Michael was...
orgy of homosexual. No. Now the anger's totally shifted towards and Scott will be back, and we're gonna get the bottom. We're gonna get the bottom of the butter when we come back.
Gross.
You lead me through this. Hi, what's my name?
John DiMaggio.
That's right, and you're listening to
TalkRadar.
TalkRadar.
At GamesRadar.
At GamesRadar.com.
.com, yes.
That's right, I got it.
Bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit.
Old Godzilla was fucking around Tokyo City like a big playground, when suddenly Batman jizzed from the shade and hit Godzilla with a Batcomb spray. Godzilla got laid and began to fuck back, but didn't expect to be fucked by Shaq, who proceeded to open up a can of Shaq lube when Aaron Carter came out of the blue, and he started sucking off Shaquille O'Neal in the backseat of the Batmobile. Before they could make it back to Aaron's love shack, Abraham Lincoln teabagged his sack, took a 9-inch vibrator out of his hat and blew Batman Then he ran out of rubbers and he ran away, because Optimus Prime came on Batman's face. This is the ultimate orgy of homosexuality. Good guys and bad guys with dildos. As far as the eye can see, there's quite a lot of fellatio and much sodomy. This is the ultimate orgy of homosexuality. Godzilla took a shit on Optimus Prime like Scruff McGruff, shit all over crime. And then Shaq came back covered in Godzilla scat. Then Jackie Chan jacked off and nutted on his back. And Batman was placid and trying to get horny, so he thought of an armadillo named Corey. But suddenly something caught his eye and he licked Indiana Jones' 13-inch dick. Then he took Godzilla from behind, reached around for his cock, which he just couldn't find. Then Batman squirted and he shot and he missed, and penetrated Jackie Chan with his fist. Then he jumped in the air and he gave the peace sign as Abraham Lincoln tried to 69 with Optimus Prime, and they both got some. Then they all got showered in Care Bear cum. This is the ultimate orgy of homosexuality. Good guys and bad guys with dildos. As far as the eye can see, it's gayer than Brokeback Mountain. I think you would agree. This is the ultimate orgy. Cue porno music, a funky jive chorus. Down from the heavens came naked Chuck Norris, who discovered a dick as hard as bones, attached to the crotch of Indiana Jones. He bent over on the ground, smiling with glee, as Batman changed me to Ron Jeremy. But Chuck saw through this clever disguise and buried Batman's face in between his thighs. Then Gandalf the Pimp and Gandalf the Hoe, Matt Damon and the guys from Mr. Show, and Benito Mussolini and his big weenie, and Tony Curtis in a pink bikini, Robocop the Terminator, William Shatner, Ralph Nader, Lopan, Peter Pan, every male Power Ranger, Keanu Reeves and Bill S. Preston, Spock the Rock and Charlton Heston. Came out of nowhere lightning fast and they all fucked Norris in his cowboy ass. It was the greatest bukkake that the world ever saw, making Japanese men stare in total awe. Sex went on for a century, many cocks were sucked, but eventually a champion stood. All the girls got wetter, Mr. Rogers in a cum-stained sweater. This is the ultimate orgy of homosexuality. Hot chicks and bad girls with strap-ons. As far as the eye can see, tits and vaginas and coming all continuously. This is the ultimate orgy. Great big lesbian orgy. This is the ultimate orgy. I think I'll jerk off again. This is the ultimate orgy of homosexuality.
I'll bet you're itching to raid the kitchen. But please don't go. There's still more show.
All right, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. Lemon. Life rue the day and thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down. Burn your house, burn your house, burn your house, burn your house.
What we should do?
What?
Fap Yoshi's Island and have Henry play it and just give him shit the entire time.
We're recording you. Speak in the microphone, son.
What?
Yeah, hi.
What?
Wait, what? Did you we start recording?
And then we were
keep springing this on us.
I just like the idea of like
bullshit.
Like one of our favorite, the most well-received faps was that Marvel vs. Capcom thing where it was the power levels. We were all just genuinely like, what the fuck? Yeah. And I still love that.
Yeah.
I watched it again recently. It's just still so honest, and it was linked around, and that thing did really well for us. I would love the idea of playing Yoshi's Island and have Henry play it, and then you just tell him repeatedly why it's not a very good game, and just over and over.
He's almost immune to it, but he isn't. He really is passionate.
Yeah, no, there's a part of him that wants to be the bigger man.
Yeah,
but he's like,
can't be.
If I am, though, does that mean that I don't care? And I can't let that
Henry
happen.
cares so much.
And I love the game, but I can go either way. I can be the middle ground.
I haven't seen Henry. No, I love the game in my own right, but then when like Henry was like, it's the best Super Nintendo game ever, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, are you serious? And he gives me all these reasons, and they're more principles than they are like gameplay reasons. everybody thought the SNES was dead, and they fucking revitalized it with this new art style, showing you can still pull some shit out of. Yeah, that's cool. But it's not when I dig into my SNES collection, it's like below 10 on stuff I pick up.
Got some pretty serious competitions.
Yeah. The Super Nintendo's still my favorite system of all time.
Oh shit! I'm supposed to go into game deals, but I don't have the fucking.
How do you not have the sound?
Don't come!
Oh, it's not the right one. It's the one about coming.
It's been a very sound effect light podcast this time.
Well, people hate it, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I don't do it right. Tyler Wilde has to be here. Fuck all
My advice.
Hate everybody. What are you doing?
Save a little money for a rainy day.
Stupid shithead listeners. Hi, everybody. Game deals.
They're the worst.
Game deals.
That's not a soundproof corner of a room, right?
Nothing just on Xbox Live right now. Not to kick you while you're down, Scotty.
I'm crying on the inside.
Does your internet connection at home still work?
I almost haven't been coming into work recently. What's the point?
What's the point? Dead Rising 2, Case Zero, and West are 50% off this week on Xbox Live. As is Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now you perk up. Jesus Christ.
And I hate that I do that.
Quit sounding out of it. Okay, I'm gonna skip past that one because that is the deal to beat this week.
Can you make it an official, like, Simpsons Lock of the Week style?
Lock of the Week! I'm just gonna be really cheesy about it, but I'll do it later.
Dude, deal to beat of the week?
If we can think of a good term for it, we have
the week!
We have the
beat kids.
I was gonna say, like child?
Fucking beat kids. Wonder Shows and man.
Kmart has Crysis 2 for $39.99, and they have Dead Space 2 and Bulletstorm on multiple platforms for $44.
I still haven't played Bulletstorm.
Oh, it's good.
It's fun. Yeah.
It's totally fun.
Should I play that or Killzone 3, Scott?
It was a little short.
They're very different games.
That's not what I asked you. I want you to compare oranges to those fucking chairs over there.
Yes.
Not even apples.
Can I ask one question? To what degree do you enjoy dick jokes?
6 inches worth.
Scott, that's
more.
That's enough.
That's enough that you could enjoy. After that, it's like I can only feel so much.
You may want to stick with Killzone then.
Up to that point, and after 6, it's like
I can relate to dick jokes.
This is
yeah.
You have one.
I know. Really long joke.
I hate vagina jokes. Jesus Christ, are they not funny? I heard they're making monologues about them. Fuck, that's disgusting.
Just have Lisa Lampanelli tell you a bunch of really good ones.
What about how some black guy dropped a load in my snooge? Lisa Lampanelli.
Oh my God, is she in the room?
Oh yeah, sound just like her. No.
God, who the fuck does that sound like? It's like
it's Lisa Lampanelli.
It's the Monarch.
Everything I can't.
Minions. I can't fucking do that at all.
The Monarch?
Yeah.
The Monarch. Yeah, I can almost do it. Amazon has Splatterhouse for $16.99.
Who cares?
$16.99. Well, I mean, that's why it's $16.99. Wish I had my fuck off Brett noise.
Oh yeah, you wrote it on your arm last week.
I didn't even remember that until I listened to it. It was just me trying to like distract you from talking.
Right.
And I just drew fuck Brett on my arm.
And then
I feel really disconnected from it because I don't remember.
And then you drew a giant dick.
I drew you. I thought it was a good hairstyle, like your hairstyle with a giant dick coming in your mouth, and you're like, "What is that?" And I kept drawing Brett in arrows to it on my arm, which is covered in hair.
But how long the next day did you leave it on?
Well, I showered. This Thursday is the shower day.
But that doesn't, like, one shower doesn't mean it gets ink off. Like, sometimes it's a couple days.
I have natural lubricant because I'm a greasy wop motherfucker. Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Dago wop douchebag.
Game deals.
Game deals. Best Buy has it's an Easter special. Kirby Epic Yarn is $19.99.
Oh man,
this week
so worth that.
What about this, Elston? Metroid Other M is $14.99.
That's worth $14.99.
I can't. Nintendo never drops.
I know they don't drop
game.
shit.
Like, that really must have not done well for them.
That's definitely worth that price. The problems are still there, but
also at Best Buy, there's a magazine called At Gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I was on their podcast last week. Looked that up, the At Gamer podcast. They have coupons for Best Buy games, and they're pretty fucking great usually. $20 off Top Spin 4, $15 off Tomb Raider Trilogy, $10 off Conduit 2, $10 off Third Birthday, $5 off of any Ubisoft 3DS title. Wait, is that correct? Or is it Best Buy? Shit, no, it is. It is at Best Buy. Wait, yes, $20 off of Mortal Kombat. Ooh, both platforms. Only if you buy the movie on Blu-ray, which is totally worth it.
The first movie?
The first movie? The first movie. Okay. The second movie's on
one of the
Blu-ray.
very few good video game movies.
It's the best video game movie, which I say that with through clenched teeth. It's really terrible.
It's not.
And what's that saying about finishing first at the Special Olympics?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like... but let me anger some people. It's kind of like how people think Lord of the Rings is the best fantasy book because it was first, and it's fucking terrible.
What would you put above it? Some fucking Dragonlance book?
Fine, dude. Everything. It's like the ramblings of a child. Lord of the Rings. I cannot believe Peter Jackson made sense out of that fucking book. It's totally goddamn ridiculous.
That is a good point. I mean, when I was in junior high, I think I got through a dozen Dragonlance books, and I kept getting hung up constantly. Every time I tried to read Lord of the Rings, it's like, oh god, it's a song. Yeah. It goes on for 3 pages.
I'll come back when Tom Bombadil stops singing.
I agree that it's verbose, and I had trouble even getting through the ones that I've read. I haven't read all 4 books, and then plus all the other shit.
Oh, the Hobbit is great.
The Hobbit is much more distilled.
That's my main problem with the first Lord of the Rings book. I read the Hobbit book, saw the movies. I didn't know it would be laid out in the book like that. Well, guess what? Bilbo was a liar. That never happened because Bilbo tricks Gollum into taking the ring, and Gollum's like, that's cool, I lost. Bilbo lied. Gollum really needed the ring. And Gollum's like, they're the main characters because of his drive to get the ring. Bilbo lies. Gandalf and fucking Aragorn, for hundreds of years, travel around with the ring, although later in the books it stated nobody can touch it. They run around with the fucking ring in the books for literally hundreds of years.
I don't think they do.
Yes, they do. They do. They run around researching the ring with it in their hands on their person.
Well,
it's mentioned in a total aside,
right.
That's why I really dislike, because the second Two Towers is practically all on Osgiliath. Their main characters aren't present.
Right. The Two Towers is the hardest one to get. I only bring this up because I got an argument with Carolyn over the weekend about the fucking Eagles.
Oh, sorry.
About the Eagles.
Exactly.
And
the fucking Eagles.
And how there's that...
Scotty, you can do a Big Lebowski reference anytime you want.
And how there's a whole, this guy found no, really, I love the books, but the Eagles completely break the entire story. And I kept saying no, I think he's not taking into consideration the eye enough that it's not omnipotent, but blah, 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 blah. So then I stayed up till 2 in the morning Saturday reading all this shit about the ring and how it affects the different characters. Yes. And Gandalf, because he's one of the, what they fucking called Muriels or whatever, it would affect him on a much slower scale. So he could run around with the ring for 100 years.
It's hundreds of years.
He's technically immortal, so that's not anything.
Aragorn,
isn't
hundreds of
Gandalf
years.
the same thing Sauron is?
No, he's
Valar or something.
I think Sauron is the highest level of that before he would become.
Peter Jackson had to put 17 characters into Liv Tyler because he was Tolkien was more fascinated by this universe he created.
He was.
Than he was about creating a coherent story. And I'm seeing Game of Thrones on HBO, which is absolutely the books are phenomenal. The show is amazing. I've
heard the opposite of the show.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for it to get off the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard the show is adding doggy style sex all over the place for the sake of adding sex.
So
constantly.
But it's
like
that's the thing. It's in the books too. But it's all
Carolyn's reading the book right now. It is a
nice moment, when that one chick finally convinces her husband to fuck her face to face. Rather than doggy style. It's kind of a big deal.
It's a little racy. There's very little fucking stupid magic. I'm so happy with that series. I'm like, this is great. It's and people kept telling me on Twitter, it's no Lord of the Rings. Will you please shut up about Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings is the game deals. Same deals.
So you like Game of Thrones because it's your favorite fantasy anything because it lacks fantasy elements?
No, there are some fantasy elements, but I am a nerd into where I dissect everything. Even Harry Potter. You could use Harry Potter as an example of where does the magic start and end? You can do this, but you can't do that because magic has rules. It's magic. It's defying rules all the time. So you have to create, and that's all that universe. It doesn't even really establish rules. It just does anything it wants. One time I remember I was asked in 3rd grade with my buddy to write a play and perform it in front of the class. We didn't do it and just made it up as we went along. Okay, I'm driving. No dinosaurs! And that's how fucking Lord of the Rings feels to me. Somebody making it up as they go along.
See, I can't believe that. He planned he had so much shit. You can't make that up as you go, though.
There is so much
he maybe wrote
superfluous nonsense in that book.
It's very superfluous and frivolous. Just, I've got all the time in the world to write this story.
Would you like to see this character I wrote about the Smelian Chronicles? Yes, they're going to be here in this epic quest for no reason.
It's called Silmarillion.
I don't care.
And it's boring.
It's really boring.
Yeah, that's even worse.
But The Hobbit is fucking great. I will say that. The Hobbit is fantastic. I'm worried about the movies. Jesus Christ. Game deals.
Peter Jackson, at least.
Game deals. Game deals. Right. My lock of the week. Lock it in. Toys R Us. Toys R Us this week. DJ Hero 2 bundles. All platforms. $19.99.
Wow.
Epic Mickey is reduced to $25, and there's an in-store coupon in their in-store magazine for $10 off. So make it Epic Mickey $15. With that coupon, you can get Mortal Kombat, both platforms, for $39.99. Wow. And Vanquish is $16.99.
That is absolutely worth $16.99.
I can own it now. That is game deals.
Do as I say. Save a little money for a rainy
I forgot. What do we do here? Question of the week. Last week's question
I would love
of the week.
if someone has the wherewithal to figure this out. What's the longest game deals segment?
Oh, Jesus.
That obviously where we derailed that hard.
We're in the teens right now. Yeah. Wow, we derailed in the Lord of the Rings. And it's not
all fucking things.
It wasn't even a game mentioned. Who did that to me? Who did that? Oh, all right.
Well, I did it at the end there.
Scotty? All
Steered us back into it. As we were escaping.
You righted the ship.
Sorry about that.
Scotty, last week's question of the week. Maybe you have an answer. What was
Probably not.
What was the first item you ordered online or can remember ordering online? Because for us, that came about either
in our teens.
Or we had to wait until we had a credit card. So
no, I actually remember the first thing, but it's not game related, so it's not
fine. That's fine.
First thing I ever ordered was two T-shirts from a website called Innerpunk.net, which still exists. Yeah, it's just stupid. It's basically the hot topic of the internet. It wasn't quite that bad at the time.
What band?
It was. I got a Catch-22 shirt.
Catch-22.
Do you remember that band? Yeah, that was back before the first guy quit. And also a Goldfinger T-shirt.
Goldfinger.
I was in 8th grade.
I've seen Goldfinger so many times.
Really?
And we drove up to it.
I've seen them without trying.
I drove up to it. I drove up to Atlanta, all the way to Atlanta to see them, and they were sold out. And we went to Starbucks, like total fucking Snoopy song. And fucking, there's Goldfinger in the Starbucks, and we told them about it. And like, yeah, we'll get you in. And so, like, that was like one of my most amazing show experiences ever. Like,
that sounds really cool.
And then, they're opening for Sugar Ray. This can only end poorly.
But I mean, Sugar Ray's pre-Fly songs were more in line with Goldfinger.
Dude, you have next podcast is special, so we'll devote it all to Sugar Ray albums. that shit is
Sugar Ray and Chumbawamba and other bands.
It a product of its era. They were famous for once. The songs before that are fucking terrible. They're really, really bad. Anyway, what did you order online for the first time? Black Element 17 said a grappling hook.
Oh, I can see that.
A grappling hook.
Like ordering out of a comic book in the 70s, where you're like, will this really be a working grappling hook?
I said the thing about Boy's Life and the geckos. Like, yeah, I want some geckos. A couple months later, they sent it back like, this company no longer exists, so we can't legally accept this check, but we would like to. If you would forward it,
if you have $40 you would like to give us.
In Soviet Russia, dates recall Brett Elston said Pokemon Diamond. So I just wanted everybody to feel a little old.
Wow,
feel a little old.
Maybe he's just really behind the times.
It's 2007.
It's a 37-year-old man.
What's the deal with the weapons? Manatista said a rapier. That was the first thing he ordered online. Wow. And a couple of people like there was anime and swords and like replica swords. Boondock Saint 54 said World War II memorabilia when I was 16, and I know Boondock. You've never sounded like such a psychopath. When you're, I gotta order something from the Hitler era, man. That's what I want for my Sweet 16.
One of those crosses.
Yeah, and then like an SS cross for your Sweet 16.
Yeah. Ampeton made like a nice image with his text in the image about why he bought it, but it was like Sun Tzu's Art of War. Like that was the first thing he ordered online. Sun Tzu, or Jackie Chan's Art of War. Wesley Snipes' Art of War, excuse me.
There it is, that's the one. Yeah, he parachutes off the roof.
Oh, Crazier said a Games Radar t-shirt. Ooh.
Oh, good luck finding that site again.
How about, I don't know where it is.
I promise if you go to gamesradar.com/merchandise, it's totally there.
Did that exist?
Yeah, it's totally there, man. They've just seen the no links on our site that go to it. Come on.
Seem desperate to me.
Is there actually merch on it, though?
Yeah, man. There's T-shirts and probably other stuff.
You totally sound like you're fucking with us.
Stuff.
Mr. Bucket. We have a new user, Mr. Bucket. Said Super Meat Boy. Jesus.
Wow.
The first item he ordered online. The system of a Gucci had Pokemon cards, and here we'll get into a little, some stories. You guys can get behind this. Johnny Sixgun said, after seeing a preview for the Lost Castlevania Dracula X Rondo of Blood back in '95, I was incensed. For years, to obtain and play this game, and by 1998, with the advent of emulators, I could finally play this lost classic. If only I had the actual disc. 700 megabytes, there's no bandwidth that could handle that. Not at the time. I emailed one Kurt Kalata, operator of the famed Castlevania Dungeon, on how to most easily obtain a copy of the Turbo Duo Classic.
It's a great site.
He referred me to a sort of auction site called eBay, which I had never heard of, it being 98 and all. After creating a Final Fantasy VII based username, I found a seller with an Ease username who was selling Dracula X for $150.
Was it Adol the Red? I hope it was Adol the Red.
Yeah. No problem. $150. I simply had to send the man in France a money order, and I'd get the game sans spine card. Being new to the import scene, I had no idea that the absence of this little scrap of cardboard would damage the lasting value of the game. Oh well, remakes and virtual consoles have dropped the value of the game anyways. But yeah, the transaction went down without a hitch. I still love my copy of Dracula X, and not until recently did I change my eBay username to something less embarrassing. The Nesta, honestly, he says, pornography. Lots of it. I was 14, just got my first computer, took my dad's credit card, and bought a shitload of prawn. I got into a ton of trouble, but I still own a huge stack of VHS tapes. First item owned online for Boba Fetish? Pizza from Domino's. Pizza from Domino's.
Well done.
Ravenbaum.
Well played.
Ravenbaum says, what is his first item online?
That's so Ravenbaum.
All right, you get that, and then Ravenbaum says a Russian bride. I know that's not true.
Thinking about VHS porn, that must be the oldest I could feel right now, as if I tried to jerk off to VHS porn.
I'll tell you what. Thinking about
even worse than a magazine.
There is Laserdisc porn that does exist.
I know, but that's so niche and like fantastical. But like VHS porn, like, and we did in high school. That's what you had. You would dub the videos off of someone else, or so one person would rent the video, and you'd all, I don't know. You get it any way you can.
We don't have to get crass, but is there really any better way to get through porn than with a fast forward on a VCR? It's a beautiful thing.
That's why you watch like 3-minute videos online.
Dude, scrub bars? No scrub bars.
You watch a 3-minute video. There's no nonsense.
Unlike you, I have one right hand. I can't be fucking scrubbing through
I'm not scrubbing.
I can't.
I look for videos that are less than 10 minutes.
No, I can't.
Get to the fucking point.
I cannot wait to scroll to that. I can't sit around and look and hopefully scrub through and see a preview image of that one part in the video where the woman like blows her cheeks out when she chokes on the cock.
I look for videos that are more than 10 minutes because then it's like, well, this is boring. I can scrub ahead and see if there's anything more interesting.
See, I got time to scrub ahead.
You know what's I don't like a story is stupid.
Yes.
I'm like, we're all going on vacation. Fuck. Yeah, it's stupid. But I love even the fakest amateur porn.
Yes.
Hey, baby, where are you going? I don't know. Can you give me a ride? I'll give you one titty. Doesn't make any sense, and I love it. I feel like that makes me...
Doesn't that qualify as the story?
It makes me somehow... But it's clearly a fake story, but it's set up to look on the scene, amateurish.
Sure.
I believe...
Oh, you mean like Bang Bus?
Oh, dude, Bang Bus. Bang Bus. It's a beautiful... Yes, Bang Bus. They're all much like our podcast. Very long, but worth the watch. The first couple episodes I watched with friends.
Yeah.
As adults. Like, can you believe this is happening?
Yeah.
And then if you try and do the deeds of the whole thing, you will turn your dick to hamburger. It's like 45 minutes. So don't be doing that.
And porn lesson.
Make your dick look like a burn victim. Looking like the Venture Brothers. Like, never mind. Sausage lozenge. First thing you bought online, sausage lozenge. Back in the 1990s, when I was just a wee little teen, I found out about that many eBay auctions would accept cashier's checks as a form of payment. I didn't have a credit card, and there was no way my dad was going to let me use his. So having a cashier's check was like finding out that you had the keys to the world. Me and a buddy of mine would go Dutch and buy products that were never officially released. Back in, and this is why it related to me, because I think I did this too. Back in 94, 20th Century Fox had to fast track, and I mean fast track, a live action Fantastic Four movie to hold on to the rights.
Yes.
And Michael, that little guy who made that movie,
grew up to be Roger Corman.
It's like the last recent Roger Corman movie I think I've seen.
He's still working.
I know he is.
Think he's just a producer now. But
they hired Roger Corman like that. What's the lore behind this movie? That they made it to hold on to the rights.
Yeah, because it was never meant to see the light of day.
If you did, yes. Yeah, it was made just solely to say we made a movie, and otherwise they would revert back.
The Thing looks better in that movie than he does in the Tim Story movie. He has a fucking brow. He looks more rock and less rubber. Stop it. I've only seen it on like a fucking SVCD.
I also think Chickless is a fucking great.
Oh, I love Chickless, but the look of the thing.
I wish he had a brow.
Is how it looks.
I do wish he had a brow.
Is how I wanted it to look, but it was never. It's the same reason. Spider-Man 4 is coming. Yeah. Never mind. We're rebooting it because they have to make it in order to hold on to the rights. Because Disney owns Marvel now.
You see the thing with Terminator, where they're shopping a new Terminator with Arnold now that he's not the governor. There was an auction for the rights, and some company got them, and it wasn't. There were two other companies like Sony and Lionsgate were auctioning, or like Paramount, and they lost to some other company I've never fucking heard of, and now they have the rights to Terminator. Shit. But if they don't use them by 2018, they go back to Cameron or something.
That'd be great.
But he clearly is like, I don't fucking care anymore. And Hamilton, what's her name? Linda Hamilton fucked him over, whatever it was.
Well, they used to be married and he cheated on her a bunch.
There you go. Well, he fucked her over then, and they divorced, and she got Terminator or something. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
He did.
As part of the settlement. Oh, they were probably married in the intern. Oh,
yeah, I don't know how that'll work, but yeah, it's the same thing where somebody's like, gotta make a Terminator movie or we're gonna lose it.
Gotta make a Terminator movie. That's so fucking sad.
It is. It's really sad.
They've been getting progressively worse anyways.
The only bad one is Salvation.
I didn't even think Salvation was that bad. I just saw that the other day.
I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Really?
It's not a great movie, but, I went in with no expectations. Like, yeah, this is entertaining.
Yeah. I'll give it that. No, it is as like a mindless action film. It's
I'm a big fan of
entertaining.
I'm a big fan of 3.
I
like 3 a lot.
3 is good stuff.
No one's up.
2 is obviously 2 and 1 and 2.
I don't care for 2.
But 1 and 2 are amazing for completely different reasons.
I'm kidding, Scott. Okay. Scott is like
I had to make sure
he was like genuinely like on
the off chance that you were.
They did it right the first time.
Because you're hating on Lord of the Rings.
All right. No. I love the movies.
Like Terminator 1 is a great like horror thriller movie.
Yeah.
2 is a fucking great drama. And
1 is a horror movie. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's very effective. And then 3 is this great fucking action movie. It's so fucking good.
What was made was an abortion of a film. Now I never had access to a comic convention to find out that there are horrible vendor booths at comic conventions dedicated to bootlegging, but eBay was the next greatest thing. So the first thing that we wanted to see was this movie that was never released. It was the 90s, so the format was VHS, so what we got was the crappiest transfers I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
And here is the clip, he says, because it's totally there. Yeah, that was like the first thing I got. I got off of like Kazaa or something.
I remember the Kazaa days.
Or maybe it was Morpheus. I don't remember. I had to pirate something recently, and I was so fucked. I just didn't remember how to do it, and like I'm
anything plus Mediafire in Google, you're set.
No, not necessarily, and especially because you can't.
Well, I guess for film, that's probably not true.
I was looking for software and a film recently, and
it's a bit tougher.
Like but it did sort of blow my mind. Like 3 years, like I've had access to anything I needed. Like I could get anything, anywhere, anytime. Like this isn't on DVD. Oh, jeez, or whatever. That new question of the week is: what's your favorite? What's your
most hated character?
And mine's not Blanca.
No. In spirit of our ultimate character battle, Redux
and the Week of Hate
hated character edition.
I see.
Which is what it should have been called. I think that's much more appropriate and flies right off the tongue.
Easy for you to say. You weren't there.
Flies
to,
right off the butt tongue.
Picks up the Google results like
I was
crazy.
sick as fuck. We went out drinking with our new boss, and she drank us under the table.
We have a new boss? Mm-hmm. Or Games Radar specifically?
What, did you think you were going to get a new coworker? No, you'll always just get new bosses.
New bosses, man. It's great.
Who's the new
Scott's
boss?
like, I thought we were getting a new baby sister.
I don't pay attention to what happens around here.
No, we went out, and then that just aggravated a cold I already had, and I couldn't participate in the first round of the character battle the next day.
Oh, it's a real shame. Everybody on maybe Sunday or Monday we'll get to see or hear that. I'm going to make some awkward transitions and try and force you back to the article. We'll see how that's going to work. But what's your most hated game character?
You're looking at me so I guess I'm going to start. I already told you. Slippy. Slippy Toad.
Slippy.
Slippy Toad can fuck off forever.
Why did you hate Slippy so much?
The most obnoxious, unhelpful, like every 5 seconds you have to fucking save this obnoxious, effeminate Toad.
It's sort of like him letting you know that things are coming, though. He's like, it's time to move, huh? How would you have known to use the boots? Would you have gotten through?
What?
That's Peppy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peppy actually teaches you things. Slippy just is imperiled and obnoxious the entire game.
Thought you could hide from me, eh?
Yeah.
Ah, Fox, help me!
Exactly. That's the entire fucking game.
Ah!
I got to the point where I was just let him die. Just I don't fucking care.
Whereas Falco's just too fucking hard and won't ask for help.
Too hard.
Yeah, but I like that. I didn't find that obnoxious.
I always liked Falco.
Whereas Slippy's like, oh god damn. Yeah, just fucking urge to kill rising.
I have a weird one. But I've said this before. I have a long series of the Tony Hawk series. Played pretty much every game through 100%, with the exception from like 8, 9, into whatever the fuck that the.
I stopped around 8 too.
The virtual plyboard,
Proving Ground, and
which I didn't hate. I thought like
it's just so over it by then.
I was very much over it.
Yeah,
like
same with me.
The caveman thing to link combos, like, well, that's what I wanted all along, to link combos. I didn't want a story. I didn't want to get off my board. I just wanted to link combos, and I thought that was nice. But by then, it was way too fucking late.
Yeah.
But what I hated. Did you play the first one? Tony
the
Hawk?
very first Tony Hawk ever.
Very first Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah.
Who did you use?
That was the reason I bought a PlayStation.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk?
Yeah.
No, I would always use Burnquist because well, actually no, I stopped using Burnquist after a while because I could only do 2 of his 3 special moves because I didn't realize that his third one was a special invert.
I hate that we're talking about real people here, but it has to be said.
But no, who the fuck would I use? I would use because the Street Skaters were way better because the special grinds were way more valuable than the special air tricks.
And who was the grind guy?
There were several people with
Chad Muska.
Chad Muska.
Oh, yeah. Chad Muska.
Yeah,
was
there
the
we
grind
go.
guy. And he was always the guy with the maxed out grind capability. So it's
Rodney Mullen. Fuck yeah. He was only in the second game though. He wasn't in the first game.
Yeah, Chad Muska was in the first game.
Yeah,
so the first game, like, it's like, punk rock, Goldfinger on the soundtrack, motherfucker.
Dude, that soundtrack
Suicide
is
Machine.
amazing.
It's really good.
Dead Kennedys. Yeah, there's amazing shit.
2 and 3, man.
I know
those are better games.
But like,
one is good.
But
too,
Muska was in like most of the games, and then
I think he's been in all of them.
And then they decided to have a story, and times grew forward, and instead of it being all like punk rock, then by the time Muska had a voice, he pulls up in a giant SUV with his hat sideways.
Thug.
It's like the worst actor I've ever heard.
Tony Hawk's Underground.
Tony Hawk Underground.
I prefer to think of it as T-Hug.
T-Hug. What up?
Hug life.
Yeah.
T-Hug. My T-Hug cell count is low.
But anyways.
It's just horrible actor, and then he became a thug. Oh, yo, what up? I'm all hip hop, and we're all aware of what happens when you make embarrassing moves like this. Please don't do this guy I've been playing as for the last 4 games. And I had no control over it. And then to make it even worse, he had 2 songs on the soundtrack. And I wish I didn't think about it. I wish I would have we'll pull them up next week. They're fucking terrible. Muska beats.
Yeah, they're real bad.
They're fucking terrible.
Mike Vallely also has songs in there, but they're actually okay.
The Muska one, you like.
The Muska ones are bad.
You're like, wow, like even someone's even into hip hop. I'm like, no, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. What the fuck is this? Wait, why is this is a different song and it's still? They're both Muska beat songs. Great. Glad you got to be a millionaire and ruin my favorite character in the process.
I thought you were gonna talk about your buddy who screws you over in that game. I can't remember his name.
Shit.
But
the very beginning.
What a shithead.
What Eric Sparrow.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. I actually liked that game. So I remember everything.
I played a bunch of, but I mean, like, just, it wasn't even the kind of character that you love to hate. You just were miserable that you were around him the entire game, and there's really not even much of a payoff at the end. He just kind of, like, jumps up and down and waves his fists like a cartoon character, and, like, that's the only justice that you get in the end.
You get your tape, and he can't keep stealing your fame.
It's true.
I should say, Chad, he is a hated character of mine once he revealed his true self. Too, like, I used most of my hated characters to suggest for the character battle, which you'll hear.
I was going to say Jason from Heavy Rain, but now I'm kind of leaning toward Eric Sparrow because I'm remembering like how deeply he rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's like really bad.
That guy!
Well, and it wasn't even that he was, I mean, he was clearly written to be an obnoxious character that you hated, but it was too effective.
Yeah.
It just made you hate the game. You didn't hate the character; you just resented the game for making you put up with this asshole.
Like he was the embodiment of
6 hours.
It was like he's all like, you ain't shit, I'm awesome," and then you'd like do something that like totally fucking faced him, and like, "Yeah, I'm awesome," and then he's like, "Hey, did you guys see that awesome thing I just did?" And he's like pointing to what you just did, and everybody's like, "Oh, we love you, Eric Sparrow," and it's just like, "Fuck everyone!"
Yeah, it's the most transparent writing. But I mean, it's a Tony Hawk game. I mean,
really fucking Eric Sparrow and Tony Hawk. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, there's a bit of a similarity there. I think Tony's trying to tell us something. But and then of course there's Jason. Jason's an annoying little prick.
But he did give us press X to Jason. Which
That's true. But I was glad when that little fucker died. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Heavy Rain fans, but, I appreciate that you got worked up about the little boy you were introduced to 5 minutes ago.
That says, "Spin me higher, Daddy!"
Yeah! And then he kicks you in the shin.
"Fuck me harder, Daddy!" Careful.
I don't remember. Was there a move function for that, or
for Heavy Rain?
Move in and out of the screen.
Go for it.
It's the Z-axis.
Yeah. Anybody else? Hated character? I guess we're looking at Nelson.
I was trying to think of something other than this because I've said it before, but comes to mind is the fucking lady in the Pokemon Center who heals your Pokemon.
Oh. I've always been a big fan.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's your most hated character?
Because, I've said this before, but, when I was training my team for the Pokemon tournament that lost and fucking sucked, but it lost barely.
Yeah.
Damn you, Michael Grimm.
Somebody told me you were a really bad loser.
No, I wasn't. No,
I wasn't here, but I heard you lost very unglamorously.
I was just pissed because I'm like, it's such a fucking. But I stayed up till 3 the night before because I didn't have any time to level up these Pokemon and give them the moves that I wanted. So I stayed up till 3 to the point where Kalen's waking up in the middle of the night. "Brett, please come to bed. It's too late. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine." Like, no. He has to learn Destiny Bond. That's the only chance I've got.
And how the fuck is she? Who's she to say it doesn't matter? She was sending out emails all the time where I was embarrassed. Like, I don't have a game yet. I can't. What am I supposed to do?
But that fucking bitch who heals your Pokemon. You walk up and she has to say 3 fucking paragraphs of dialogue every single time, and then let me take your Pokemon for you. 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fucking Pokeballs. Glow, 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 ding. Boink. Music kicks back up. You've got your Pokemon back. If you want anything else, let me know. That took 10 fucking seconds.
But wait, your problem isn't with the character, it's with how
she
long
should do it faster!
It's not a character flaw, though. That's a game design.
You're right. This is a ridiculous thing to even say. You're right.
No, well, I mean, I agree that it's I remember that bullshit. I haven't played Pokemon in a while.
You hated Frog in a hat.
Where's that was a character. That was an actual character that I hated.
I know, but she provides a service.
She's perfectly lovely, but the service she provides takes too long.
Yes, it's not directed at her so much, but she's the face of the corporation that I have to direct my anger to her.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like yelling at the McDonald's guy for your taco, or not taco.
There you go.
For your hamburger having cheese.
You just sounded like a politician when you go to the supermarket and get your Big Macs.
Look, when you go to Walmart and get your Target stuff.
Go to your Walmart. Go to your Walmarts to get your Steams and your Portals. And I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Guess what else?
Why did I get up so loud? So let us know your answer in GameStar.com/forums, TalkRadar Podcast, or in the comments of the TalkRadar 149.
Sure.
Did you know?
Hey, TalkRadar, this is Jewish Gamer, and I'm kind of mad at you.
Oh, dear.
Because you had to talk Seder, and you didn't even mention that I was the only one who wanted it back. I'm just like, what the fuck? Also,
sorry.
Fuck you, Brett, for giving Mortal Kombat an 8. I mean, I haven't played it yet, or I'm never going to probably play it, but I mean...
One or the other.
So long, assholes, and one door's red and the other's blue on the most party crew. Yay!
Hey, TalkRadar, this is Charlie Ferret from the forums.
Hey.
And after hearing Chris go on and on about Cobra Triangle, I just ordered a copy for $4.99.
What?
This better be a good game.
Emulator.
Or I will jump through the goddamn internet and kick you in the fucking throat. Thanks, guys. Love the podcast.
$4.99 and you're threatening people?
Yeah, seriously. Could I give you $6? You'd have to worship me?
Emulators.
Emulate. Well, no.
He's
Cobra Triangle is
he's
difficult to emulate.
It's a
and
weird,
it's not popular enough to...
It's a weirdly fickle game.
The Expo Code.
Hey guys, I was just calling in to let you know that I paused the podcast before I start jerking off. And then once I'm done, I start the podcast up again. I can never multitask, like jerk off and listen to the podcast at the same time.
Well, what do you...
Too many things to do with my ears and hands.
This is like creepy Paul.
I'm a big fan.
That was very Paul, actually.
Hey, TalkRadar. This is Rod the Master. I'm from the forums. I just wanted to know, if there was a band that you would pick to do a score for a video game, what band would it be, and why?
Well...
Thank you. Love the show.
Can I talk before Scott?
I was just going to say Anamanaguchi.
Well, it is Scott Pilgrim.
You can't beat that.
And I was going to say Daft Punk, but I mean, I got that Tron soundtrack, and
all the shit they did for DJ Hero.
For DJ Hero was really good, but I mean, I would still like them to score themselves a game, not... Yeah, I thought the Tron Legacy soundtrack is fucking great. And people who complain about it's like you're scoring it in the terms of an album. This is a score, so you need to blow me.
That's beautiful.
So it's great, but I would love to see them like put that effort into like a big futuristic game, like they score the next Mass Effect or something. Like that would blow my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Which I know they're not doing that, but it's something equivalent to that. Some kind of very game that fits their style. I would absolutely love to see that.
The glowing stars, obviously, obviously. And I can't believe I can't believe of all the mediums they pollinated, They Might Be Giants haven't been like tasked to work in this medium.
They should make music for a Tim Schafer game.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is a really
Mark
perfect fit,
Mothersbaugh.
actually.
Exactly. Or
Mark Mothersbaugh actually has done...
has he? What's he done?
Oh, shit.
Wild Thornberries.
I don't think he's ever scored an entire game, but I know he's done work for games. I know
I was going to say, if it's like
he's done soundtrack
a shitty mid-90s CD-ROM game, it doesn't count.
I was being serious. I'm positive he's credited for Wild Thornberries games because he did this theme and music. So
Google that shit. I can't think of what he's done, but I know he has. I'm positive
I'll do it.
I think that this band Explosions in the Sky could do a really great job. They're an instrumental band from Texas, but like it's very orchestral, but it's all done with just like your regular rock and roll setup, just guitars, bass, drums, playing
There's a band that I absolutely loved in my latter college days, and then for the next couple of years, I flew home from here to see them. They play in bars and shit, just called States. And they did the exact kind of thing. And then Drew actually showed me Explosions in the Sky, and I'm like, that exact thing. And it's just like an hour-long continuous set of music that's like kind of prog rocky in a way, but it's also much more grand and builds to something. And it fucking blew my mind.
Well, that's why I think it would be good for a soundtrack, because it's not the kind of music where it's like, oh, it's a just discrete chunk of pop music that you can digest very easily. It's long, it grows, it progresses, and I think it would work well as a soundtrack. Maybe, I don't know, I mean, that's almost more like a movie soundtrack kind of thing than a game soundtrack.
It depends on the game.
So that might be a poor choice, but they're a great band, and it would be cool for them to do something for the game. There's an answer.
I got the Mark Mothersbaugh.
Oh, yeah? Was I completely wrong?
No, not at all. Oh, well, okay, wait, what? Now I'm scrolling down. CTR, he's credited with.
Team Racing?
Yeah.
Interstate 82?
I have that.
Who could forget it? Crash Bandicoot Warped, yes, but other than that, the Jack games. The Jack games.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of. Maybe that's why I remembered his name.
The Jack and unfortunately, Sims 2.
Oof.
And
nothing unfortunate about that.
Well, Green Jelly did the music for Maximum Carnage.
Did know that. I wanted to forget it. Jesus, dude.
Did you know that Dan Amrich had to sing in Simlish?
Yes.
Yeah. Has he shared that on this podcast?
My Lilat impression is the same as my Simlish.
That's just Fox McCloud, though. Because Falco is... And then,
Hey,
Slippy is
this is Rob the Master. I'm from the forums.
Rob the Master is talking.
I just wanted to know if there was a band that you would. Hey, TalkRadar.
Massive Attack.
Okay, kid from the forums. I wanted to call in regards to this PSN hack, outage, compromise information stuff going on.
Scott, you're on blast.
I'm sorry.
It's my
Am
fault,
I the only
personally.
one not going thermonuclear over this shit? I mean, yeah, it's bad. Sony fucked up, yada, yada, yada. But, I mean, is it that big of a deal? Is Sony really fucked, like I'm seeing in the comments everywhere? I mean, it seems like they're calling for their heads, and it's really like, I mean, I changed a few passwords, and I make sure nobody fucks up with my credit, and isn't that about it? I don't know. I can't see many people ditching their PS3s because of this, and this will all probably die out in a week or 2 or 3, and everything will kind of go back to normal. So, I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on this? Is this really... I know it's worth freaking out about, but is it really worth freaking about to the extent that it is right now?
I think it's not worth to the degree because people want to hate something, and every fanboy who was like, I haven't had a good reason to hate a Sony thing for a while. And so this is obviously fuel for the fire, but it also is a giant what the fuck Sony. Like,
I don't think anybody's going to ditch their PS3s.
No.
I mean, I think people are angry, and they're right to be angry right now, and I think Sony needs to do something to make this up to its customers.
I think so too. I don't think they will.
I think they will.
But I mean, it's a business situation. Like, I think somebody suggested, and I think this is a great idea. It's like
free games, free
PlayStation Plus. Everybody who paid for it gets refunded for a year.
Yeah.
Like,
a year, right? Wow.
Or 6 months, something.
No,
something.
But like we were talking about that with Valve last week, that literally cost them nothing beyond like hosting fees. Like, it's just a copy of games they're giving you at this point. So like,
but I mean, it's frustrating and it's scary. And I think people are right to be upset about it. I don't. In the long term, I think this is going to be something like the Apocalypse 3 that people are going to say, like, yeah, that really sucked.
It turns out to be a minor nuisance.
Well, we're waiting to see,
more
though.
than a minor nuisance.
Well, it's been a week.
I've seen.
We'll laugh about this a year from now. We're laughing about it now.
I'm not, but in all honesty, I'm not scared. I haven't changed any of my information whatsoever.
Right.
I promise nothing will happen.
But the fact that it got to this point, like, it was hacked to such a degree that credit card.
I'm more mad that it's down. Like, well,
that's
I can't go online because you were compromised.
I think a lot of the frustration also stems just from the way that Sony has handled it. I mean, the fact that they didn't...
Oh, they've handled it really badly.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of... It's made it a lot easier to hate Sony. I mean, if they had come out and come clean immediately and been really apologetic and helpful and communicative, people may not have been as angry as they were, but the fact that they kind of let it fester and it was just down and everyone's like, what the fuck's going on? That just made it worse.
It did go...
It exacerbated an already...
I didn't know what happened. It was down. I was just watching a Blu-ray and like, just a little pop-up like... You need the system update, but you can't ever do that. And something, but I didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, I was thinking about, we're on Star Trek 6 now for our Star Trek parties, and I was like, wait, can we even watch it while this is going on?
We had a problem with your last Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And I think that has to do with an update the system needs to have, which you can't get until
it was fucking up.
Yeah. It's my least favorite part about Blu-rays, which I love, is that occasionally an update will fuck an existing Blu-ray up, and you need another up. Somebody has to report that, fix it, send it out.
Yes, no one's going to ask. Star Trek 5 is broken.
Yeah, Star Trek 5. How will I know what the Final Frontier looks like? It looks like an old Star Trek set with a giant floating head.
Such the worst fucking movie ever.
Why isn't Scott in on this with us? Were we him?
I didn't even know it existed.
I'm sorry.
You would have loved it.
You live really far away, man.
I live 3 blocks from you.
Okay. All right. Next
well, hey, guys. Miliardo from the forums. I was just listening to episode 148 as you guys talked about Portal 2.
You did?
And it was actually kind of funny because I was the guy that submitted the Still Alive cover from the first Portal...
it was really good.
Portal game.
Really good.
I submitted the Still Alive cover a couple of weeks ago. Thank you for playing that, by the way. That was really cool to hear that played. But Chris, you were talking about how you were a little disappointed in Portal 2 that like the story was set so far in the future, and it turns out GLaDOS had been dead the whole time, and so she didn't have like time to build up resentment. Yeah. But and this is kind of a spoiler, so maybe you won't play it quite yet. But if you notice,
careful.
Wait,
spoilers, I guess.
I don't mean to do that to you. I don't want to ruin it for everybody just yet.
That's kind of fair.
I did want to clarify, like, I didn't dislike the game because of that, but while I was playing, the story wasn't unfolding in a way I didn't expect, or like I wanted something like more epic. I really wanted Chell to wake up and Gladys had like 100 years to prepare something. Not that they'd both been dead the whole time.
Right.
Those are my
she
expectations.
Wakes up to an elaborate revenge.
Well, we kind of thought that the song "Still Alive" was canon.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't totally dead.
No.
So she was technically still alive.
Because you made a great song for us. I did not mean to cut you off. I just don't want to spoil things for anybody who hasn't played it yet.
I finished it. It was Sunday, and I thought, the story was really fucking cool.
It's really fun. It's really beautiful. Like,
and did you? This won't spoil anything, but like there is an achievement, and I found it accidentally.
Mm-hmm.
But there is actually a
I know what you're talking
direct Half-Life 2 reference. Like
you found the undiscovered.
Yeah, it's like a mystery thing.
No, I looked all over the area where you found it. I had to find out later.
It's an episode 2 reference to the ship Borealis.
I know.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
But it's just a reference. I wanted, I think we were all looking for a lead,
right?
To Half-Life 3.
Something that ties the stories together.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a very cool.
Well, at that point, I was looking.
It was more than just saying Black Mesa. It was like that's where this thing came from.
It's set so far in the future, and it's not telling you how far in the future. So I thought maybe the Half-Life story and this story are sharing a time period. All right, next we'll go.
Hey, TalkRadars, Craig, Batman 52730. I guess
congratulations.
I had a son.
Calling in to announce the birth of my son,
Maximilian Leonard
Max.
Candico.
He was born at 8:04.
He's beating
7 pounds 2 ounces. And he's 19 inches long. And I just wanted to welcome in his newest TDar in the world. Healthy set of lungs, and he's probably going to get spoiled with video games and Batman toys and stuff like that. I got to. He's got 3 older sisters that's going to pick on him. So that's it, guys. And I don't know, excited. And bye.
Congrats, Batman.
Yay!
Congrats, your son. After what, like 19 daughters? It's like a fairy tale. It's like a fairy tale. I have one request. When he turns 12, I will fight him. I will. I have to fight Max.
As a 42-year-old man.
Yes. Wow, you are the king of taste, truly.
Hi, TalkRadar. This is Counter93 in the forums and fellow Disney enthusiasts. I'm just to say I have a boner for their movies. First, I have to ask you, since I think it's time we decide as Disney fanboys, which is the better movie, Tangled or Princess and the Frog? Now, before you say Princess and the Frog, because it's gorgeous 2D animation, remember how fucking annoying those 2 main characters got. And how fucking annoying the animal sidekicks got.
All right,
I noticed how that didn't happen in Tangled. Also, we had a better voice cast, mind-fuckingly bright colors, about the single most detailed animation that's ever been seen, and
Try and make this fast.
That's a good adverb, mind-fuckingly.
Mind-fuckingly.
Princess and the Frog is better because it had Doc Facilier, played by Keith David. He was awesome.
He's got friends on the other side.
He does have friends on the other side. Like the whole movie, it doesn't matter. It's redeemed by that one movie. Any flaws?
I want to hear Chris go into this, though.
Yeah.
Tangled v. and Princess and the Frog.
Tangled was, in a way...
Which I saw.
In a way, prettier. I like the protagonist. I thought the other guy... he's Chuck, maybe, from the Chuck Show?
He's Nolan North.
I don't know. Yeah, he's Nathan Fillion. He was doing a Nathan Fillion impression with a Nathan Fillion haircut. I was not impressed with that. I did like Maximilian and the Pascal.
Chameleon.
I thought they were pretty cool. I think I even listened to the show. You said they're just standard cut of the rug Disney, and like maybe that's true, but I haven't seen that in 3D before. I love a good silent, funny character.
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog is really weird and kills people. And is a lot harsher, is a lot newer, and brought back gun gags, motherfucker gun gags. I love gun gags. There is humor to be derived for all ages with guns. Period.
Yep.
That's why YouTube exists.
During Captivate, when we would go back to our rooms in between of our interview times, I would go back and I would work, and then I'd turn on the TV, and Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny cartoons were on in the afternoon.
Really? Oh, that's great.
And I was watching them on Cartoon Network, and it was like legitimate, like 40s Bugs Bunny, and then whatever era Tom and Jerry's from, I don't actually know. I guess the same time period.
50s? 60s?
Because the jokes are all cigars and fucking martini glasses, and
they're not the same time, but
but like the jokes were all kind of the same. Like there were guns and like violence is threatened. Okay. I'm like, wow, this doesn't happen and I know we all know that, but
Henry hates Tom and Jerry.
It's not great.
It's a lot of it's a very formulaic.
Yeah. There's a period that I like of Tom and Jerry, like a style.
I love his scream. Oh! I love. Thomas! I love the black lady.
I think the thing is that after watching Itchy and Scratchy, saying Tom and Jerry is like softcore porn. It's just, but then there's no payoff.
But then, like, you see a parody like Itchy and Scratchy, and that really is all Tom and Jerry is.
Yeah.
It's occasionally, like, one will fall in love with the other.
With gore and death.
Yeah.
But I think there's a Tom and Jerry is like just money shots. No. Itchy and Scratchy is money shots. Just over and over
Tom
and over
and Jerry
again. Sometimes you don't want to watch a montage of 4 minutes of money shots.
I'm not a giant fan of...
Sometimes you do.
I'm not a giant fan of Roadrunner and Coyote.
Fucking love it.
I
really do.
I love probably 2 of them, and they're all the fucking same. They're all the same.
I appreciate that they have to draw the things he uses.
No, I know. I like that too, but like when it got fascinating is when they changed stuff up a little bit. And when Tom and Jerry gets fascinating, it's like, well, now they're in the Renaissance, and now they're in other places. Like, that's fine. It's fine. But animation-wise, MGM, fucking beautiful. Tom and Jerry is way better animated than a lot of latter-day Warner.
Now, where does Sylvester and Tweety fit into all this?
I'm not a fan of them at all.
I don't really like it. The only Sylvester Tweety cartoon I like is one where they're like Jack and the Beanstalk.
They're like the biggest Oscar winner for Warner Brothers.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was their first Oscar, Tweety and Sylvester.
The one where they're in
Sylvester and Speedy Gonzales can be a little bit interesting.
Oof.
No,
that's racist.
How about Daffy Duck and Speedy?
Oh God, this is 1960s late
scraping the fucking
the complete betrayal of everything the character's about.
An awful WB logo from the 60s pops up. I'm Daffy.
I was a big fan of Ant and the Aardvark.
I wrote, before I stopped writing on the cartoon side, I wrote 2,000 words on the character of Daffy Duck.
Can I just say, good Lord?
Well, because he started as a foil to Bugs, didn't he? And then he just became
the difference
angry?
between, like, Bugs is fucked with.
Yes.
And then, well, this shall not stand. Meh. And goes and kicks people in the ass for 7 minutes.
It started as a foil to Porky Pig, actually, and then it was just like Porky Pig was a straight man and Daffy Duck was completely
Porky
insane.
Pig is the first big Warner Brothers star, but like Bugs Bunny, you think about it like he's sitting in his hole, someone fills it with water, starts eating him, and he starts kicking the mess. Daffy was just an unrelenting asshole. He was always, but not in a way where like he was narcissistic. And what I call to mind, and I think a lot of people sort of remember this. He's doing a radio game show with Porky Pig where he's about to die every time. Like, whoop, you couldn't get out of it. Good. Oh, too bad. He's just an asshole. He's not provoked.
Right.
And then he just became narcissistic and loud. And then now Bug stands in the background and is like, oh, Daffy. And like,
now he's a straight man
Daffy's
somehow.
the star. And I can't stand that. Daffy he is an asshole, but maybe you just shouldn't share space with Bugs. And now that new sitcom is coming out.
Yes, I saw a commercial for that.
Yeah.
During those Warner Brothers cartoons, it was like, and now Bugs and Daffy are living in a house together.
It's really weird. Like, they're all living in the same neighborhood, and there's like, people are really mad. There's music videos in it.
This sounds like Drawn Together, which is awful, by the way.
I disagree.
I never hated that show. It's just that, like,
I'm not a fan.
What the clips I saw, the Looney Tunes show, what worked in it are jokes that would work on The Office. And like, you don't need a pig with a mallet and a duck with a seltzer bottle to make those jokes. Like, why are they here?
Seltzer bottle?
Why are they here? But they're just
who manufactures seltzer
they're just
bottles?
Assholes. Like, what if Bugs went out and fucked with a tea partier?
Right.
That would be fucking hysterical.
Yeah,
like,
but they can't be edgy anymore. Because it's on Cartoon Network.
They were topical because everybody like grew up watching the old cartoons, so they think they're for kids.
Yeah.
What if they went out and fucked? Sorry, not to.
Before they were like about.
What if you went out and fucked with a hippie or Berkeley Joe McNeil? I don't know. There's some fucking somebody, somebody irritating and liberal, and like what? Next phone call.
Hey, TalkRadar, it's Sorosky. All right, here's my bad story. My car got totaled. Here's my good story. I'm playing Just Cause 2 because the PSN network is down, and I remember listening to you guys talk about it on the podcast, and I am having just as much, if not more, fun than you guys said you were. So, Just Cause 2, baby. Strangle me.
Hey, TalkRadar. This is Miles Kugiagwai from the forums, and I just saw the thread about people thinking Henry was annoying, and how how the main complaint seemed to be that he went off on his own tangents. I just want to say that when you're as interesting as a person as Henry Gilbert, you can go on all the tangents you want because your opinion does matter. It needs to be vocalized, Henry. Please keep coming on the podcast. I'm a huge fan of you. Thanks, bye.
I'm going to try and make this short. When people ask how to get in this industry, I don't care how well you can write, how well you know games, you have to have an opinion. Henry has an opinion. He knows what he likes and he knows what he doesn't. And like in you knowing games very well and being able to describe things that are done, just have an opinion, man. Have a point of view. Hank has a point of view. That's why he used to have his own corner.
I miss Hank's corner.
Could we maybe bring that back for 150?
Yeah, if someone else does.
Hey
Someone else does edit it.
I'm from the hellhole, North Texas. And I just recently reached my 100th podcast. Really glad I managed to stick with it. Stay with you guys for this long.
Thank you,
Thanks
brother.
for the podcast. Bye. Hey guys, the 8-bit bomb from hellhole that is North Texas.
Is everybody walking?
Calling again, not very active on the forums.
Boom!
I think we're going to start making commentary on your podcast from 1 to, well, your current. Starting at 53, because I didn't start this first. I just realized that the band, that song that you played at the end of podcast 53 was an OC remix I had on my phone a year ago. Yeah, it's pretty much going to be S&N BS from that, like that from now on. Thanks. Bye.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey, TDar Listener 100 here. Did anyone else notice that the guy in the Fireball Island commercial sounded like Stan Lee? With guns, defeat your enemies with thundering fireballs. Either that or Duke Lombardi. Anyway, just a fun little thing I noticed.
I can fly.
Bye now.
Before we go out, that's worth another listen.
Danger lurks on.
I bleeped
More
the
than a
names.
mere board game, it's a three-dimensional adventure. You'll wrest the idol's jewel.
Coward, I'll go first.
But not so easy. Mountains and chasms stand in your way.
Yes!
And beware, your foes are out
That's
to
like the
stop
default 80s voice there.
and collapsing bridges.
Like that guy voiced every commercial I remember, pretty much.
You remember how politically incorrect the 80s were when
Yeah.
you would actually call your brother and sister cowards like that? That's so...
Ain't no fucking little sister calling me a coward.
That is some craven bullshit. Fuck. All right, we should go. We have a big week of hate. Does anybody want us to tease anything they're doing?
No.
Yes, you do. Tomb Raider cover on the shelf with Scotty prominently featured in it.
I'm doing so much E3 prep and bullshit that no one wants to hear about. So.
I wrote one of the captions in the new P-Tom. It's very homoerotic.
Awesome.
Try to guess which one.
Try and guess which one. Because it might be about you.
Yes.
Or Chris's testimony.
Michael Reperez.
I'm going to be writing apparently an upcoming P-Tom cover story. So stay tuned.
Woot! What about this week, son? Just say character battle again.
Yeah, character battle. Everybody contributed to the character battle, but I'm in control of it more or less. But it's basically just came from another freeform discussion, and then I get to clean it up and add images. So fun times. Fun times.
Got you some images. We're all right.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to close out the only song this week, Nyan Nyan Cat.
Nyan Cat!
So,
go to nyan.cat and see how many seconds you can do it.
See how many seconds you can listen to the outro.
I got to 1,012.
All right. I think that the outro this week can beat you. Let's see.
That's like how many minutes is 1,000 seconds?
I don't math.
My math bad.